This episode of the Esoteric Order of Roleplayers is brought to you in part by the generosity of our backers on Patreon. Visit patreon.com/esotericrp to find out how you can become a backer too.
Come to the sunshine, hang your ups and down, here comes to the sunshine, to the sunshine. You know, I know, you know that I love you. Whether
The Esoteric Order of Roleplayers present 13 Candles, a Vampire the Masquerade duet chronicle with Desiree Valdez and David Larkins.
down to Port-au-Prince, the wicked way you rub the tinsel off my Independence Day. As he becomes, yeah, if you share of them, I want everyone and only we should sail together. Come to the sunshine.
We're embarking.
We're embracing this chronicle. May it live forever.
That was attractive. All right.
What, you mean that weird snorting laugh I just did?
Oh, you are very kind. So we are on episode 2 of 13 Candles.
So last episode was kind of a weird hybrid prelude episode then.
It was.
Because there was actually dice rolling involved.
There was dice rolling involved.
Right at the end.
At the end. This is episode 2, chapter 1.
Of course.
Right.
Still first chapter.
But episode in terms of, this is the second episode. The prelude we separated out to be nice. I consider it to be of a piece.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
But,
so the prelude was a 2-part single episode.
Yeah.
So now we're on to episode 2.
Right.
Got it.
And this is chapter 1.
Chapter 1.
Chapter 1. And, yeah.
Okay, cool. As I said I would do, I have printed out a list of old form vampire lexicon.
Yeah. All right. And you want to share that with the
Well, I just want to hit some highlights here so that you can help me remember.
I will.
So amaranth is actually the old form for diablerie.
Really?
Yeah. I think I thought it was blood just because it kind of sounds like ambrosia.
Well, it's a grain.
Or a grain of some sort.
Amaranth is an actual grain.
Yes, you're quite right. Let's see here. Then there are some old form words that are also used, nowadays. Nowanites.
Yeah.
Like ancilla.
Right.
Or antediluvian.
Right.
But here's an interesting one. Autarchus. Autarchus.
Oh, wait, spell?
Autarkis.
Autarchus?
Autarchus. A kindred who remains outside the larger vampire society of a given city and often refuses to acknowledge the claim of a prince.
So that's like all of our anarchs, really.
Yeah, Aaron is definitely an autarchus, even in the anarch community.
Why are you bringing them up? Don't talk about it.
Oh,
Your
if
name
not here,
sounds like dirt.
If not here, where?
Well, I mean... Yes.
A blood bond is called a blood oath.
Blood oath?
Yeah.
Okay.
Canite, of course, we all know.
Yeah.
Canaille.
What?
Canaille. Canaille. The bovine masses of humanity, especially the uncultured and unsavory.
Like the chattel, the cattle.
Yeah, that's probably a word that Dr. Freeman did not teach me.
No. That's a no.
Here's an interesting one. Koshmar, a vampire who feeds exclusively on sleeping victims.
That's pretty weird. All right. That's classic. What else you got?
Oh, here we go. This is one I probably know. Cunctator.
What?
What'd you just call me?
Yeah.
A vampire who avoids killing when delivering the kiss. One who takes so little blood as to avoid bringing about their prey's death.
Like Camilla.
Yep. Cunctator.
That's weird. Why is... Who uses this? Is this for Dark Ages?
This is old form Argot, so this is old-fashioned vampires. So I figured that that Dr. Freeman probably used a lot of these words.
A couple of them.
And so Charlotte still uses them. It's just a little role-playing.
I like it. No, you said
flourish.
you said you would look for it, and I give you 1 XP for that. So mark it down.
Wow, you're taking lessons from Shimp, huh?
Just give me
a 3D printed token, please.
No, those are great. I want them to make some that have little vampire teeth.
Well, some of them do it. Have you noticed? They have little...
They're kind of spiky, but I want it.
You want like actual fangs hanging over the lips?
Yeah, I want it really vampire-y.
Cool.
With the fangs.
Awesome.
All right.
What else do we got here?
Well, I don't want to take up too much more time with this.
You know what? This is going to take as much time as it needs.
No.
Welcome to my world, man.
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
You're not going to get through all your notes, I guarantee you.
Oh, I know I won't.
I
just have such sights to show you.
I'm sure you do, Hellraiser. So...
You call me Hellraiser.
Call me Hellraiser.
Hellraiser, you're...
No, don't start. All right, so a footpad is one who feeds from derelicts and other chaff of society.
Footpad?
A footpad. A gentry is a kindred who preys at nightclubs, bars, and other establishments of the red light district. Golconda is an old form word, so that's good.
Meaning?
A fabled state of vampiric transcendence, the true mastery of the beast, and balance of opposing urges and principles. Rumored to be similar to mortal nirvana, Golconda is greatly touted, but rarely achieved.
Rarely achieved. What else you got for me?
Humanity is called humanitas, of course, because...
Why not?
How could it not be?
Oh, man.
Kine, a term for mortals...
Kine. It's pronounced kine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Right, I just want to make sure we're clear on that.
Oh, like child is pronounced child?
Yeah, child is
even though it
pronounced
has an E at the end?
Yeah, child.
Right.
Kine.
Kine. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, what's the singular form of Ravnos, though?
Ravnos.
Okay, good. Just
With
clearing
an
that
S.
up. Just clearing that up. Oh, man. That is an in-joke. Kine, a term for mortals largely contemptuous. The phrase kindred and kine refers to the world at large, i.e. everything. Leech, a human who drinks vampire blood yet acknowledges no master.
Bitch, I drink blood from you. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
You're not my master.
I'm only drinking once. How about that?
What a jerk.
Then I'm gonna go drink from somebody else. Booyah.
Wow, what an asshole. I'm picturing him like... I'm picturing it as a dude, of course. And just like a total fucking bro. Like,
yeah.
Like foosbro.
I wonder if Foosbro's been drinking vampire blood on the side.
I hope so.
It's like the only thing you can do to get high anymore.
Nothing else works.
All right. If you're not listening to our other World of Darkness Chronicle, very little of this will make sense. Lex Talionis, the code of the kindred and the system for punishing transgression.
What?
Lex Talionis. Or Lex Talionis.
All right.
It suggests Hammurabian or biblical justice, an eye for an eye, punishment in keeping with the grievance. Lineage, vampire's bloodline, sire, etc.
Okay.
Methuselah, we all know.
Yes.
Neonate, we all know.
Yes.
Osiris. This may come up.
Why?
A vampire who builds a mortal cult around himself in the interest of gaining sustenance. Yes, indeed. Papillon, the red light district, the area of town punctuated by drinking establishments, brothels, gambling houses, and other locales of ill repute. Progeny, any of a given vampire's childer, collectively.
Childer, not childer.
Not childer.
Okay.
I put the soda in the fridge to get it childer.
You're very proud of yourself.
Thank you. Praxis, the right of princes to govern. Primogen, the leaders in a given city. Regnant, a kindred who holds a blood bond over another.
You know, a lot of this is reminding me of that stupid ass Kindred the Embraced TV show.
Which I made you watch.
Only like a couple eps.
Yes.
It was really,
and then I was like, wow, this is actually even worse than I remembered.
It was really embarrassing. I still feel embarrassed about having watched any of that.
I'm glad I didn't use that to like sell you on this game. Hey, we should watch this TV show.
Good times.
Let's see. A siren, a vampire who seduces mortals in order to drink from them. and then only takes a small quantity of blood so as to avoid killing them. Suspire, the rumored epiphany experienced just prior to the attainment of Golconda.
Yes. And Lucille's told you about that.
I'm sure. Third mortal, Cain. All right. Thrall, a vampire under the effects of a blood bond. Vitae, of course. That's the old form for blood, as we know.
Is there a new form for blood? Or wait, old form, but it's just Vitae is just Vitae.
Vitae is old form.
Okay.
Yeah. And then what else we got here? Whelp, a derogatory term for a young kindred. Originally used with exclusive reference to one's own progeny. Damn, that's harsh.
What did he say?
Whelp.
Oh, well, you referred to Aaron like that.
Yeah, but it says it was originally used with exclusive reference to one's own progeny.
Oh.
So you would embrace somebody and then
You whelp.
You whelp.
Well,
you'll never be a vampire enough in my eyes.
Who said that about Aaron? That professor, the Danish professor, whatever, Bruja fucker.
He's old school.
He's like, you're just a whelp, and you have all these weird powers. You're Mary Sue. What's wrong with you?
You sure he wasn't saying, "Whelp, what shall we do now?"
No.
Okay.
Any other terms you want to share?
Wight, W-I-G-H-T, human, man, or mortal.
A wight.
A wight. And then witch hunter, a mortal who searches out and destroys vampires.
Wait a minute.
What? What?
Never mind.
Oh, okay. And Whig, a contemptuous term for a vampire who possesses an interest in mortal trends and fashions. You're nothing but a Whig. Okay.
All right.
So with that fascinating...
God. Just fast forward through all that.
Fascinating glossary. Dude, all our duet sessions start out with some kind of weird arcane bullshit discussion. So.
Yeah, it's either like something that we actually just are interested in, or that it's just something that's like, oh, did you know about this in terms of vampire?
Yeah, or like, oh yeah, so in the last session,
I said this, but I meant that.
Yeah, like, it turns out celerity doesn't actually work that way.
Yeah, not so much. All right. This is going to be, okay, again, disclaimer in front of every single thing that I run in terms of this duet.
At least for the next 5 years. Yes, go on.
Maybe 2.
Depends on how often you run.
But a whole lot. I am a novice GM.
A novice storyteller.
I'm a novice storyteller. There may be weird discrepancies. There may be weird things.
Yep.
There may be things I didn't prepare enough for, or I prepared too much.
Yep.
I am not the skilled storyteller that David is. And I'm not saying this as an apology, but just as a caveat before you embark on this. Okay.
So having said that,
I haven't prepared anything, and let's go.
I'm just winging it.
All right. So where we last left, do you have any other questions, any other comments, anything about Charlotte you want to share that you think is important in regards to her prelude and who she was before?
No.
No.
No. I was thinking.
Okay. All right.
No, I mean, I have thoughts. I re-listened to both Prelude episodes. I've made notes.
Oh,
but
you made
there's
notes? Where are the notes?
On the back of an envelope in my office. But
oh shit! Do you want to go get that?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, nothing that needs to be shared up front, I don't think.
All right.
Other than oh shit, what am I gonna do?
Because where we last left off, we left off.
Ooh, oh, the sound in my ears.
Yes. We last left off.
Damn it!
Left off.
Session canceled.
Shit.
All right. Ooh, you're giving me some what's his name? Realness. The DJ.
Which one?
Our World of Darkness DJ. The storyteller guy who spins his tales late at night on the radio as you're driving around LA.
Joe Frank.
Joe Frank, yes.
Yeah.
Feeling very Joe Frank right now.
Okay, good.
Yes.
I was thinking about that movie with Tim Curry. What was that? Times Square.
Times Square, yeah.
Yeah, we gotta watch that. Okay.
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah.
So, where we last left Charlotte and her family It's March 15th, 1967.
Okay.
We are in Berlin, New Hampshire.
Yes.
Winter is barely shaking off.
Relinquishing its icy claws.
Thank you. You are up in the attic with Emma.
Yes.
Looking down 3 stories into the backyard, which was a haven of sorts for you in a lot of ways. You like nature.
Yeah.
And you see your sire, the beloved Lucille Freeman, staked to the ground with 3 other kindred around her. How they got the stake into the frozen ground, we don't know.
I think it's perfectly believable.
No,
These
I know.
are vampires after all.
I know, but you've never seen a sight such as this.
Ah, yes.
This is like...
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Lucille never really demonstrated like super duper vampire powers, right? Like running up the side of a wall.
No,
or...
she has powers like that.
Sure, I'm sure.
But, you know.
It's on a swivel.
It's on a swivel?
The cooler? Is that what you're looking
No, I need lip balm.
Oh.
Anyway.
Hold on a second.
No.
All right, we're back. I just wanted to check something.
All right, thanks. So.
Yeah, I was just curious if vampires lose blood during torpor.
We talked about... I glossed over that very shabbily
You
last
did.
time.
Well, that was fine for prelude purposes, but I was just kind of curious mechanically. And I just did a spot check. Listeners, feel free to disabuse me of this.
Oh, they will.
but-
They'll disabuse us of many, many things.
Many things.
Things that you just wouldn't even expect.
They'll abuse us of anything.
Yes.
Anyway, it doesn't look like you do, but you do have to spend a blood point to wake up. So if you go into torpor at 0 blood points, then
You're fucked.
You're fucked. Someone has to feed you blood, Sleeping Beauty style.
Just dribble blood into your mouth.
Just a little dripple.
Dribble
dropple.
Double drops.
Yeah, classic, hammer
and
horror. Oh, someone just bled on that hawthorn bush where Dracula died. Now he's back, But anyway, so that means that I want to know how much blood I have before I start to act here.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking I might have to spend some.
Okay.
So I had to spend a point to wake up. I went in with 15. I had to spend a point to wake up.
Right.
No, wait, I went in with 14 because I'm still technically 9th generation. And then I gave some to Henry.
Henry, yeah.
I almost said Carl. Yeah, all ghouls look alike.
Yeah, God, you're so freaking biased. Can't believe you. No, I really can't wait to do a ghoul chronicle.
Yeah. I want to do a group ghoul chronicle.
Yeah?
And I want to do a group thin blood chronicle where everyone's like 15th generation caitiff.
All right.
Just
regular people.
Yeah, I wanted to do just like a regular person chronicle, except everyone has like blunted fangs.
Great. That's my fetish.
Good.
All right.
Basically, you're all just vampire LARPers.
Okay.
And anyway, go on.
So
how much blood did I give Carl? 2 points?
I'll say 2. He took a lot.
He did.
Yeah. But this was David. Okay, I don't know if you're remembering this correctly. You woke up in 1960. That's when Henry and Emma were like,
yeah.
and then...
Yeah, you're right.
And then this was just a regular night. So over the past 7 years,
okay,
there's been a discussion and
You're right. I was totally telescoping that.
Yeah. So Lucille was just feeding you information.
And
blood. And so this night, when you get up,
yes,
is when there's a shocking surprise.
So how much blood do I have this night is the question.
Well,
should I randomize it?
Yeah, randomize it.
D10 plus anything?
D10, well, yeah, D10 plus 3.
Okay. 5.
Total? Damn.
I know.
What happened to you?
I've just been getting lazy.
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5. Because remember, my hunger threshold is like 3.
I know.
So
That's
I'm
not
like,
good.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll give you one extra one so you don't have to take one off from waking up.
Oh, okay.
So.
Make it 6.
Yeah.
I was going to say D10 plus 4 anyway, so... Go on.
So you see your sire down in this yard. You also see 3 kindred.
Okay.
One is what looks like a young boy. Very fine features, has short dark hair, and like piercing blue eyes.
About my physical age?
No, older. Like an older adolescent.
A youth.
Seems like a young boy.
A youth.
A youth.
Yeah.
A ute.
Yes.
You also see a very tall man with very dark skin,
Okay.
bald head. And they're wearing modern clothes. I mean, they're wearing he's wearing a black suit and a skinny tie. He has a coat also on over that. It's still very cold.
Sure.
She's wearing oh wait, never mind. The youth, fuck. The youth is wearing like a little short dress. Actually, never mind. It's not androgynous. It looks like a young woman with very short hair.
I gotcha.
She's wearing a little short
But Charlotte's
dress.
first read on that is oh, it's a boy.
Well, but she's wearing a very short dress.
Exactly. So it's the immediate read is short hair, it's boy. Then, oh wow, no wait.
It's a young
dress. And then okay, I get it.
woman. Yeah.
Charlotte has short-ish hair.
She has a page boy
She has a
haircut.
page boy. Yeah.
Then you see a woman who is...
That was good though, by the way. Just trying to describe it how I would see it. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, don't get it twisted.
All right. Then you see a woman who looks very young. Her face looks very young, but her hair is stark white.
Okay.
But her face looks youthful.
Yeah.
Still looks...
Is it almost silvery?
Her hair is white.
White,
Like
just
white
white,
and
white.
silver.
Yeah.
Yeah, just white and silver. She's wearing pants, like a suit. You can tell she's wearing pants and a jacket, but it's tailored to her to a woman's body.
Uh-huh. Huh.
So they're standing over Lucille.
I'm gonna make a self-control roll.
Sure.
Difficulty.
Difficulty 6.
1 success.
All right.
So, I give a stifled cry.
Okay. Now, as we cut off last time,
Yes.
they were already looking at you.
Right.
The person who was looking at you was the man.
I was mostly rolling to see if I was gonna botch frenzy.
All right.
Yeah.
So the
But yeah,
man,
I do give a stifled cry.
You do, but this is after the fact that he looks up. He looks up right at you.
Yeah. So in that moment of eye contact,
And sees you.
hand to mouth. I'm shocked.
Right, and then
Shocked and appalled.
right, and then suddenly you see all 3 of them going toward the house.
Ah, fuck. All right. What's Emma doing?
Emma looks scared.
Okay.
She looks absolutely terrified. And she says to you, I just came up here and I don't know where Henry is. I don't know where he is.
Okay.
We have to get out of here. And you know that Lucille was, she had you pack your trunk every night. Just for something like this, just in case something like this were to happen. But she gave me orders and I absolutely have to get you down there because you have to
I know.
perform.
I know what I have to do.
Okay. So you suddenly hear the doors shut downstairs.
Yeah. Okay.
And you hear a little stifled laugh.
Ooh.
Like a young woman's tinkling kind of laugh.
That's sinister.
And then you hear nothing.
Oh, Jesus. All right. So this window that I was looking out of, is it a dormer window? Is it a porthole window?
It's like a window seat. It's like a
So a fairly large
a bay window, yeah.
A bay window, yeah. Is it open?
No.
It doesn't open?
It does open,
Okay.
but it's not open
Okay,
because
sorry.
it's March.
I slurred. Does it open is what I meant. Okay. Well, I'm going to crank it open. Very furiously. Emma, bar the door.
There is no door. You know there's no door here.
I mean, Emma, block the stairway with your body.
All right, so she runs. So suddenly she just runs to the stairs and goes down the stairs.
Okay. All right. Is my trunk up here? Okay. Okay, so I am going to burn 2 blood points
Okay.
and give myself strength 3
Okay.
for the scene,
Okay.
and probably without even realizing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever burned blood before.
No.
So
You
it's
haven't really had
just-
to. Well, actually, let's walk that back a little bit. I think you have in the context of healing someone.
Oh.
So you may have
yeah.
done that not for escape or power or anything, but to focus your obeya or obeya on an individual or animal.
I'm gonna go with Obia for this one.
Yeah, it is obeya.
We're gonna go with Obia. All right. Yes, you're quite right. I suppose what I meant is I've never burned blood to like enhance my physical abilities.
I know.
So with strength that I didn't even know I had.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I grabbed the trunk.
Yeah.
And just lift it basically.
Yeah.
Over my shoulder essentially.
Wow.
So I've just got this big steamer trunk on my back. You
What
know?
color is the trunk?
Oh, it's your classic kind of leather and brass. You know. Yeah, Lucille probably got it for me at like an estate sale in town or something. So it's like, you know, this like 50-year-old trunk.
Right.
You know. And
So suddenly you hear a scream downstairs.
I should say like Foot Locker.
Okay.
It's like Foot Locker
Yeah.
size.
Okay.
That's still pretty big for
That is big for a 13-year-old to heft. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a scream downstairs. That only brazens my wanton will. And so I just make a dash for the open window.
Okay.
And just jump.
You jump out the window.
I jump out the window. I kind of let the Foot Locker out to my side, so it's not gonna like land on me.
Right.
You know, but it's just like I jump out. I'm falling through the night. The Foot Locker's falling through the night.
Yeah.
You know, hit the ground.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should make like a fortitude,
Yeah.
like to soak.
Oh, yeah.
Stamina plus fortitude.
Yeah, and I need a character sheet in front of me because
Oh yeah, sure. Here, might have one here.
I just want like a blank one
Yeah, no, that's very handy.
because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know shit.
Well, no, it's just very hard to think of these things if you're not. Until you memorize the character sheet. Oh no, these are just NPC blank forms.
Okay, that's not helpful.
Yeah.
All right, I hate having to like bring up one other page on this
Yeah.
computer. It's very irritating.
I'll just grab Aaron's character sheet. It's back there, right?
I don't know where it is.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can just pull the character sheet out of the back of the book. If you want.
No, don't do that.
All right.
All right, there it is. All right.
Excellent.
Okay, so yeah, so that's gonna be
Stamina plus fortitude.
stamina plus do you have fortitude
I
as
do.
a discipline?
I do.
Okay, yeah, stamina plus fortitude, difficulty 8.
Yeah, that's quite a fall. It's like a 30-foot fall, right?
It's 3 feet.
So
or
this will be
3 stories.
This would be bashing damage.
Yes.
What do you say? Like 1 wound level per story.
Yeah.
So I need to get 3 successes, basically.
Yes.
Okay. Heyo! Holy shit!
Oh!
2 10s, a 9, and an 8. So like a cat.
You are amazing.
Yeah.
Suddenly you are just on the ground.
Yeah.
Flawless.
Yeah. Yeah, like fucking.
Oh my god.
Kate Beckinsale in Underworld.
I mean,
you just like
yeah.
and
Yeah.
then just land in this 3-point stance, right?
Which, what are you thinking of that? Are you impressed with yourself?
I am very impressed with myself, and then the Foot Locker, poof, you know, like,
yeah, and that actually gets a little banged up on the corners.
Sure.
So you see the damage that it like gets.
Hey man.
Okay.
All right. So then I will run forward to Lucille.
Okay.
And I will yank that stake out of the frozen ground.
Okay.
Making a strength roll.
Okay. Yes. Strength difficulty 7.
7. Okay, so I tug on it desperately, and it will not budge. So I'm going to spend a point of willpower and try again.
Okay.
I don't. You can decide how long that took me.
You've loosened it a little bit.
Okay.
So
obviously, time is of the essence.
Difficulty
here.
6 though, because you loosened it a little.
So I've got 1 guaranteed success with that point of willpower. Right. And whew, that was close. That was almost a botch. So the point of willpower though saves my ass. So I just barely tug it out.
Yeah, and you almost fall backwards.
Yeah,
with your exertions. It
so
was in there.
I was feeling pretty badass there for a moment. And it was like,
I have weak little girl's arms.
Yeah,
Oh wait, I am a little girl. All right,
I forget that.
So you pull this out, and suddenly Lucille gasps. You hear her like
reflexively.
Yeah, and her eyes open, and she says, "They're here."
So I fall on my knees next to her, and I've got her head, like I'm leaning in, and I've got my head, I got her head in my hands.
Okay.
Or I've just got my fingers up in her hair, and our noses are almost touching.
Okay.
And there's just bloody tears splattering down on her face.
She's crying too, because she knows what this means.
Yeah.
And she's through her sobs, she says, "You must go west where the ocean meets the coast. You will meet many there. Be cautious, but trust. The third eye will guide you." And then she can barely choke out the words, "I will guide you.
Oh, shit.
Do it now."
Okay, so I have my father's razor on me.
Okay. Her eyes kind of dart to the razor, like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. And just writing down her final words here. And so there's just a brief flash of silver in the moonlight as I cut just right across her throat.
Oh my god. That's messy.
I know. I live for drama.
So she starts to choke.
Yeah.
You're hearing her gasp.
And I just lean in
a weird way.
And
like, how can she gasp? But she is.
Right. So I just lean in and start gulping, basically, just inhumanly deep gulping sounds. I've never drunk this deeply before.
Okay.
And I'm just yeah, it's like a hose.
Yeah. Yeah.
As my atrophied insides fill up with blood.
Okay. So you keep drinking.
I drink, and then I can tell there's like less and less blood.
Yeah. There's not as much of a torrent.
But I keep drinking.
Yeah.
And I keep drinking, and then there's no blood.
No.
But I keep drinking.
You keep doing it like she was telling you.
I keep sucking.
Yeah. And suddenly your mouth is filled with, it's hard to describe this. It's like it's very similar to when you were embraced. Where you're visualizing, you're seeing, you're tasting something that you would actually be seeing, if that makes any sense.
Synesthesia.
Yeah. And you are filled with, what it is it almost feels like it's thicker than blood.
Oh,
it's
wow.
almost like tar. It has like a tar taste to it. It's like sulfurous, and it's like the last memory you might have of molasses that you're trying so hard to suck through, like this tiny little port, basically
sucking molasses through a cocktail straw, essentially.
And it tastes like tar. It tastes like embers. It's sulfur. It's like cinders that you're tasting, but you're also seeing at the same time these flashes of memory, these flashes of even all the way back to her being a little girl.
Oh wow.
Of her being born.
Oh wow.
And her being like her matter coming together in conception.
Damn.
All
so
of
it's
it.
beyond a memory.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the essence of who she is. And you keep doing this, and then very suddenly, like a flash, the texture is gone. There's nothing left. And in fact, because you're drinking so deeply and it suddenly is like off, you're kind of like jumping back because there's like all of your strength was focused on your mouth and sucking and draining, that there's nothing there to drain anymore.
Right.
That you have like almost like a whiplash effect because there's nothing there.
Yeah. And
you look down. Well, are you looking at?
Of course.
So you see her, and she looks terrible. Her skin is drawn around the bone. There's nothing left. It's just her skin on her bones. And she's gone.
Okay. It's because you played that music.
Nope. So, suddenly you hear a voice behind you. It's a very deep voice and says, Charlotte.
So I stand, turn around slowly. I have a bloody straight razor in one hand with like the blood's all the way up the razor and like over my hand. Mm-hmm. And then probably, we didn't really talk about this, I don't think, in the prelude, but in terms of like how she dresses,
right? So
I think her, obviously, like, new clothes have to be procured and whatnot.
Yeah, and
so,
they were procured for you in the 60s, like they got you some 60s clothes.
Exactly, but I think her tastes still run very old-fashioned, so I can see her as wearing like a nightgown whenever she sleeps. You know?
Yeah, she takes the time to put that on.
Takes the time to put a nightgown on, and that it's like kind of like got little frilled collar, and it's like sort of embroidered, and so it's like this white nightgown, maybe with like little blue flowers on it or something, but it's just it's just soaked with blood.
Yeah, it's soaked through.
It's soaked through it, like where the jugular was just spurting before I could even put my mouth on it. And then just blood all around the mouth, chin. Mm-hmm.
It sums in your hair.
Yeah.
Sums across your cheek.
And then of course
tears.
Blood, tears.
Yeah.
So just this like fucking vision of blood.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely doing like a Kubrick look, like looking up from under my brow.
Looking up, yeah. So there's a little silver.
And because I'm feeling it. I am feeling that soul that I just consumed. And it is like this insane rush, like I've never felt anything like this before in my life.
No.
And I feel like I could do anything.
Right. What you don't feel is Golconda. You don't feel that nirvana.
Right.
Could this be a glimpse of what it feels like?
Ooh,
you don't know.
maybe.
But it's not this all-encompassing thing. Mm-hmm. You also feel a sense of, like, you're feeling fortified in a way that, as though Lucille is still with you. Like, she's right there with you.
Okay.
And in fact, you hear her voice. Saying, you have to trust.
Okay.
So, this man is looking down at you. He walks up to you. He's looking down at you very calmly.
Okay.
And says, Lucille has, well, She no longer has it. Lucille had access to something very powerful that we're looking for. And now that you've, well... So then he kind of trails off, and he's just kind of transfixed, like staring at her cadaver.
Okay.
And the young woman says, well, it's obviously she diablerized her. It's obvious that she did it. And he looks back at her, and she suddenly... It's like it seems like she wants to keep talking, but she can't. And he looks back at you. She has something very powerful that we are looking for. And now, seeing as how you've ingested her, you have to come with us.
So I'm just kind of staring at him. Still doing the Kubrick look. I'll say, where are Henry and Emma?
So the white-haired woman steps forward and says, you don't have to worry about Henry anymore. And you can tell she looks flushed. She looks like she had just fed.
Self-control.
All right. Difficulty 8.
Yeah. 1 success. Barely keeping a lid on it.
So the young woman who you mistook for a boy comes forward and says, come with me and we'll get you out of these dirty clothes.
Who are you? I kind of say that to everybody. General broadcast.
So the man doesn't say anything. And the girl just takes your arm and leads you to the house.
Okay. The only reason I'm letting her do this is because of the voice in my head. The voice in my head that told me to let her do that. Wait, I'm not playing Malkavian.
Wait a minute.
Or am I? Oh, that would be crazy to play Malkavian, but stat him up like a totally different clan.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And he just thinks he's a totally different clan.
Yeah, he does.
I'm a Ventru. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the Ventru, get away.
And he has all the Ventru disciplines and everything.
I don't know what you're...
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Yeah. Anyway, go on.
So, they take you into the house, and unfortunately you see Henry slumped over on the kitchen table, and he looks completely drained of blood. And Emma is sitting at the table crying. And she sees you walk in the door and is and then she starts crying even more. So the woman with the white hair approaches her and just slaps her in the face.
Oof.
Just shut up. So they take you to the closest bathroom and say, just wash up in there. So they leave you in this bathroom.
All right.
So then there's a knock on the door, and it's Emma.
Okay.
And she's sniffling, and she says, I brought your trunk inside, and we need to get out of here. We need to leave.
You might think I'm crazy, Emma, but Lucille told me to trust them.
What? That doesn't seem right.
I know. I don't know what to do.
So she just starts crying. So she wordlessly just hands you the clothes, a dress, underwear, socks, shoes,
right?
Whatever. So she just shoves it to you and just closes the door, and just you hear her standing by the door.
Okay, right. Floorboard creaks outside.
Right.
Okay, so I will wash up as best I can.
Okay.
Change.
You still can't shake the fact that Lucille feels like she's with you, like she's in the room with you.
Yeah. Maybe as I raise my head from splashing water on my face, there's a brief flash of her in the mirror, you know, but I blink and it's gone.
Yeah.
I hope you don't mind my collaborative.
No, I want you to do
elements.
this. This is perfect.
Good.
This is I feel like I talked way too much. And this is the kind of stuff I do all the time.
That's just being a storyteller or GM.
Well,
you do most of the talking.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm going to be doing way more talking, but I'm just...
Coming up next, way more talking.
I just want you to have a chance to express yourself, so you feel satisfied with what we're doing here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so change. And yeah.
Okay. So suddenly you hear a crash out of nowhere. You hear scuffling, you hear a shout.
Ooh.
You hear a screech.
Sweet.
Emma opens the let me in.
Yeah, open the door.
And so she lets you in. You see a glimpse as you open the door. You see something flashing through the house, like running through.
Yeah.
And you see tables and like end tables and books and things being overturned and trashed. The whole house is getting trashed.
Oh wow, okay.
You hear fighting, people slamming each other against the floor.
Yeah.
And you hear like groans of like, oh, like in pain, like ah. So Emma's like, I don't know what happened. Somebody just came into the house. I don't know what's going on.
That's just one person?
It's one person. I don't know what it is.
So I'll slam the door.
Okay.
Is there a window out of this bathroom?
No.
Yeah, okay.
There isn't.
All right.
It's gross. But well,
no,
okay.
I've been in first floor bathrooms without windows.
Yeah. So it suddenly gets really quiet.
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
Okay.
And you hear walking toward the door of the bathroom.
All right, so I'll push Emma behind me.
Okay.
You know, and because I mean I'm still riding high on this is the same scene, so I'm still riding high on that that strength boost and my amaranth. So sorry, I'm just delighting myself.
I love it. No, I love it. It's great.
So yes, the amaranth and the vitae together. So yeah, so I'm ready for whatever. You know.
Okay.
I'm in a kind of a action pose, ready to spring, you know, into action in a moment.
So the door gets kicked open.
Damn. All right.
And there's somebody standing in the door jam.
Okay.
And it's another woman.
Oh, okay.
She also has dark skin. She looks like someone like you may have seen in different magazines or books, like someone from India.
Oh, okay.
And she looks perfectly normal except for the fact that there's a third eye in the middle of her forehead. Burning bright.
Nice.
And she's looking at you. And she almost looks disappointed.
She's got a little bit of a sneer on her face.
Just like a disappointed look, like this
is what the gods have sent us. I can't remember if we covered this in the prelude. Did Lucille ever manifest a third eye herself? In front of me.
You never saw it?
Never saw it.
You only saw it in a fever dream.
That's right. Okay. So, interesting then. This is like my dreams. Okay.
So she puts her hand out, and says with a slight accent, "Come with me."
So I will hesitantly put my hand out and take hers.
Okay. So Emma follows.
All right.
So you see, as you are looking around the room, you see everything's upset. There's just tables turned over, the TV smashed, radios, telephones pulled out of the wall. Just everything's trashed. The kitchen's a mess.
Yeah.
There are the three kindred.
Yes.
Are on the floor.
3 Canaanites.
Canaanites, yeah. Yes. They're on the floor. The women are completely look unconscious. And the man is sitting on the floor with his back to a wall, and he raises his eyes up to see you leave. Emma has your trunk.
Yeah.
And she's like, wait. So she goes to one of the desks that's kind of pushed over.
Yeah.
And she finds some papers and takes them with her.
Okay.
And as you're leaving, the man's looking at you, and he nods.
Wow. Interesting.
So into the night, you go with a single crescent moon sliver overhead. And you get into the car. It's a new vehicle that was purchased probably in the 50s. So you put the trunk in the trunk.
Trunk in the boot.
And then the person gets in the car. Emma gets in the driver's seat. And you're hightailing it out of there.
Emma gets in the driver's seat? Mm-hmm. Oh, interesting.
And the other woman is...
Is she, like, encouraged to do so, or does she do it, like,
She's doing it of her own volition.
Oh, wow. So I can infer something from that. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So she pulls out of the driveway, and she starts to pull away from the house, the only house you've ever known. You're going through town.
Not ever, but in my unlife.
In your unlife.
Yes. So,
the only home you've ever known.
The only home I've ever known, for sure.
And so you're going through Berlin.
Yeah.
Driving.
Farewell to Berlin.
You're leaving. Mm-hmm. The town, and the town is asleep. It's quiet, as usual.
Yeah.
And you're heading down the road to Manchester.
In our Ford Fairlane.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
you keep driving in the night.
Yes, I'm going to be quiet unless I'm directly addressed.
So you pull up.
So it's almost like an interesting mirror image, instead of being in a Model T.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's very similar. Just sitting in the back seat, looking out the window, watching the countryside go by with my Auspex enhanced vision.
Yes.
What's the cloud cover like?
Oh, it's 60% cloud cover.
Nice.
So, as you're driving, the road, even though you haven't seen it in, 50 years?
67.
50 years.
So, yeah, like 48. Mm-hmm. 48 years.
So you're moving and you're noticing how developed everything's gotten. The roads are paved.
Howard Johnson's?
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of different things that you've never seen before.
Right.
Neon.
Ugh.
Berlin didn't have any neon.
No. I wonder if Providence even had it. Probably not.
And you're seeing more lights. Things are more illuminated, so your eyes kind of hurt from when you have your Auspex going.
Yeah.
You're suddenly bombarded with these like street lights that are very bright.
Right.
They're kind of making things a little bit distorted. There's so many people. There's so many more people around.
Yeah.
Things that were rural before are not as rural.
Yeah, the farmsteads are all gone.
Yeah. So you're driving, and eventually the other woman turns around and her eye is gone.
Yeah.
And she looks at you and says, "We're going somewhere far away. I'm here to protect you from them. And I want what they want too. And so you're not leaving my sight."
Who were they?
She sighs and says, "They're the bane of our existence. They're the reason why we have been hunted down. They are disgusting. Predators."
Who are you?
"I'm one of you."
So then, old instincts kicking back in, I extend my hand in a, sort of practiced
charm school
kind of way. Mm-hmm. Charlotte Winchester, pleased to meet you.
She awkwardly takes your hand. "I'm Mazarine."
My goodness, the world has changed.
So you're pulling up to the side of a road. You're going down a little country road. And Emma knows exactly where she's going. It's... You remember that old barn that you were brought to? Well, it's still there.
Old Barney.
Yep. And Emma says, we have to stop here for the night. This will be safe. So her face is puffy from crying. She's just been essentially crying the whole time she's been driving. And so you go down into the familiar cellar door under the barn.
Oh, but without Lucille this time.
Right.
And I'm remembering how the last time I was here, I was still in my filthy hospital robes. And how Henry went and got some clean clothes for me.
Yeah.
And I look exactly the same. But it's been 5 decades. So I'm being in a very reflective mood.
Okay. All right. All right.
Very thoughtful tonight.
So she closes the door on both of you.
Yeah.
And Mazarine, you see her doing what may be prayers, possibly, as she's getting ready to lay down on the cot. And she says, we'll be leaving very early in the evening. So get your rest now.
Okay. So I'll lie down as well. And as you know, can feel it coming on, the sleep, the slumber. I'll just say, who do you pray to?
And she just rolls over.
All right. End of strength bonus.
All right.
And I lose a blood point. Hello.
Hi. Okay. So.
Do I have any weird visions, dreams?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. You're having like these strange dreams of running around on cobblestone streets with other little kids running around laughing and playing little games. And there's horse-drawn carriages whizzing by and different little shopkeepes that are open. Just dogs running around the streets. It's kind of dirty, but it feels comfortable and safe and feels like you're home.
Yeah. Huh, interesting. All right. And then I'm being shooken awake.
Well, suddenly the cellar door opens and Emma says, time to go.
All right.
So as you're coming up the stairs and she's getting the car ready, just in terms of like just making sure everything's there and everything's safe, she says, we're going to Boston. We're going to get on the late night train and we are headed to California. It's going to be a very long trip, but I think we can do it.
California?
They're going to Los Angeles. Lucille had to set this up in advance.
I suspected as much. All right.
So Mazarine says, I'll follow you to the train station, but I'll make my way over there. I'm sure you two will be fine by yourselves. Those were the main people who were tracking you at this point. Nobody else was except me.
How do you know they won't be on the train?
They won't. I'll make sure of it.
Okay, I feel reassured.
Okay. So, you see Mazarine, she was wearing sort of like a very tight-fitting outfit that kind of covered most of her body.
Okay.
But tonight she's wearing like a very form-fitting, like off-the-shoulder top, and like this beautiful, colorful fabric that's like sort of transparent, but it covers most of her. And she has like this long skirt and then pants under the skirt.
Right.
And she has these beautiful gold earrings. She still has a coat on over it.
Right.
But that's what she's wearing. And she has red lipstick on. Her pallor isn't as pronounced as you've seen.
Yeah.
So, you head to Boston.
We do indeed.
And so you're at the train station. And Emma's standing very close to you, just making sure that you don't get out of her sight.
Right.
And you see a lot of there's so many people.
Yeah.
You haven't seen this many people around. You're hearing all of their blood. You're smelling all of the blood around you. And as you're all waiting to board the train. Have you ever been on a train before?
I don't believe I have, actually.
All right. So, you board the train. It's a special compartment where you are sharing the compartment with Emma.
Okay.
It's like a little sleeping quarters. They also have like curtains that go over the windows, so it's completely blackout curtains. There's a little table. You can fold the beds up, and then the table will come out where you can sit and look out the window. So Emma just gets the little cabin open and opens the curtains, and you're seeing all the people walking by the train as you're boarding, and everybody's just doing their job. And
I'm just thinking of the end of Let the Right One In.
oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, quick mechanical question.
Yeah.
Are we doing the optional rule whereby I recover 1 point of willpower?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow, that's a very gratuitous eraser. Okay.
So
I need the sound of an eraser.
So the train takes off.
Okay.
So it's pulling very slowly, starts to leave.
This is the midnight train out of Boston.
Yes.
Okay.
And so you hear people, you hear like conversations, you're hearing things very acutely as you're on this train, all the different people around. There's an observation car. Emma doesn't want you to leave her sight.
I don't particularly feel like leaving either. My curiosity is momentarily suppressed.
Yeah. So the train is going along, and you can just stare out the window the whole time and just enjoy what you're seeing.
Yeah.
Which is you're seeing more lights, more homes, more houses. You're seeing a lot of different things, but then suddenly you're thrust into like a rural sort of back road area through mountains.
Passing through Arkham.
Yeah, passing through Arkham.
I have to think that Arkham is canon in the world of darkness.
Yeah, and a little tentacle waves to you.
Oh, hello. Hello,
from the
Cthulhu.
bay. And so anyway. Goodbye.
From the Miskatonic River, thank you very much.
Sorry. Anyway, whatever.
We're not passing through Kingsport, which is the village, which is the town on the coast. Thank you.
Anyway. So you're taking the train.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, I think eventually I'll just be chatting with Emma.
So now you're like, yeah.
So you're looking well. In these last 48 years, we've never really had a chance to talk.
No, well, what kind of relationship do you have with Emma?
I think that both with her and Henry, I tended to default to a and it's such a loaded Such a loaded
What?
term in American culture.
Huh?
Okay, so I don't mean this in a derogatory way, but I'm not racist. But no, I don't mean this derogatorily. But it's just I viewed them as servants, right? They were of the servile class. That doesn't mean I didn't have feelings for Henry, and I don't have feelings for Emma. I do, but I don't think I view them necessarily as like my equals. For me, it was like my primary bond was with Lucille, and they were just people there who were there to facilitate Lucille and me living a better, more comfortable existence.
Right.
And in return, we were giving them something, just in the same way as a mortal I would have viewed my aunt's servants, because I'm sure my aunts had servants.
Yeah.
In the same way, where it's kind of like, well, yes, you're waiting on us and you're doing all these things for us,
right?
But we're giving you a nice home, a decent wage, and this is just kind of how it is. Like there's servants and then there's masters, So I don't view it in like a condescending way at all.
No.
I mean, I definitely view her as a fully formed person. Which is more than you could say for, Virginia Woolf. But I can't remember what she wrote about her servants, but it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Anyway,
she said a lot of things. She said
a lot of things. It happens when you keep a diary.
Yep.
Anyway, so I definitely view them as fellow journeyers on this path.
Okay.
But I ultimately view her as someone who's there to take care of me, to make sure I'm going to be okay, to make sure the curtains are closed tight.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that I don't enjoy chatting with her.
Yeah.
And I think that over the years we've had opportunities to talk.
Definitely.
During trips into town.
Yeah.
Or just around the house.
Yeah.
So, like, obviously, I think I knew more about Henry's background, just being a Southern Unionist who was saved by Lucille during the Civil War, et cetera, et cetera. What do I know about Emma?
So what you've learned about Emma
where is she from?
Over the years is that she was similar to Lucille. She had a stillborn baby. Lucille was helping to deliver. The baby was stillborn, and then she wouldn't stop bleeding. And so instead of, unlike Sibylla, who just straight up turned...
embraced.
Yeah, embraced Lucille. Lucille figured out a way to stop the bleeding and then give her the blood, Well, plus Emma... what?
I was just going to say, Lucille tried the same thing with me, remember?
Yeah.
She initially tried to ghoul my ass, and that didn't take. So
well, no, it did kind of take.
It kind of took.
But it didn't.
But the virus, stop the tuberculosis.
The virus was too strong.
Yes, it defeated the pneumonia, but not the tuberculosis.
No.
Anyway.
So,
yes.
Yeah. So Emma was, she was a prostitute. She had decided to take care of the baby to term. She was from she had an abusive relationship. She didn't want to go back. And so Lucille felt for her and could understand how difficult it is to be alone in the world. And so Emma then said, I will follow you wherever. And so that's all you know.
That's all I know.
About.
That's all you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
there may be something else going on, but...
Okay.
You weren't privy to that.
No, I was not. That's all I know. So, I'm sure the topic of conversation will... Do I know where she's from?
Yeah. So she was from... she was in Providence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So she was a more recent ghoul.
Yeah.
Of Lucille's.
Yeah. That was like in the early 1900s. Like not the teens, but the zeros.
Right.
Yeah. So only a couple years.
Yes, in the aughts.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go.
So one natural topic of conversation will be, of course, how far west have you been before?
This is the furthest I've ever been.
Miss Emma. I think I call her Miss Emma.
Yeah.
Mr. Henry and Miss Emma.
Yeah. So
as furthest.
I've never traveled outside of the East Coast. I'd been to Boston before, New York City, but I've never been out west.
Me neither. Me neither.
I don't know what to expect.
Nor I. I wonder if we'll meet any Red Indians.
So she kind of like she hasn't heard that in a while.
Yeah. Ooh, okay,
so the
about
ghouls,
that.
yeah, so the ghouls. So I'll just say I think the ghouls, it's in their best interest to keep up on the times.
Yeah. Plus also just being able to go around during the day, you're just going to be more acculturated.
Yeah.
You're not going to be as isolated.
No. So she says, well, I don't think, let's talk about that. So she talks to you, because then she's starting to realize, like, you're going to see a lot of different people.
Yeah.
So she's like, well, from what I know, that's not what you should call them.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's just American Indians.
Okay.
And then there are, so that she's just like going through, well, I think in California they mostly speak Spanish there. Like, she really doesn't know.
Yeah.
I think they mostly speak Spanish, so we're probably going to be around a lot of, like, Mexican people.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. So there's a lot she has no idea about.
Yeah. God.
Yeah, so she's kind of confused. She kind of trails off, and then she kind of she's staring out the window. And then after a couple minutes, she starts crying again.
So I'll move over to her seat. And I'll just, I'll kind of, nuzzle in with her.
So you're both looking out the window?
Yeah.
Okay. So eventually, she says, we have to get you set up for bed. It's getting late.
Okay.
So she pops up under the bed, she pulls the curtains up, and she says, just wrap yourself in this blanket completely. And I'll just say that you're sick.
Okay.
If anyone comes by. And just...
Oh, yes, my daughter in that funereal shroud up there. She's not moving at all.
Yeah,
she's
not breathing.
Sick.
She's a sickly little girl. So she tucks you in, essentially.
Yeah.
And...
Yeah, I mean, I'm picturing like a full-on like medieval burial shroud, just from head to toe.
She just wraps you up, and the sheet and the blanket.
And the blanket, yeah.
And so then
it's that like old like heavy pile fleece blanket that they would have in old motels, presumably on trains as well.
Yeah. So you're all wrapped up.
Yep.
And you're feeling the gravity of your torpor just seeping into your bones, seeping into your muscles. You just feel so heavy that your eyes just close automatically. It's not like standing up and sleeping in the closet anymore.
No, it isn't.
And so you hear, as you're falling asleep or, sliding into this weird state, you're hearing Emma starting to snore.
Okay.
So the night passes.
Or the day passes.
Well, the day passes.
The day night.
The night man passes.
The night man cometh.
And your eyes flick open.
Okay.
And you hear Emma kind of moving around the cabin. And she says, oh, you're up. You awake?
So I'll kind of roll over.
You're just pulling the sheets from over your face.
Pulling the sheets down, a little bleary-eyed.
Yeah.
I'll just be like, Miss Emma, I'm hungry.
Oh, no.
I'm down to 2 blood points.
I know. Okay. Let's get you something. So she's
ring for the commissary.
Yeah. So she's like, I'll be right back.
Okay. She just comes back with some dude. Hello, what's going on in here? Go on.
So she She comes back.
Uh-huh.
And she comes back, and so she looks a little bit better.
Okay.
So she's like, I just needed something to eat. You can feed from me.
Okay.
We're going to be on this train for a couple more days. You're going to just have to, I don't know, you're going to have to figure it out for yourself. So you see this little edge coming out in her where...
Yeah, she's not bloodbound anymore.
Not to Lucille.
Right. So...
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Got ourselves a leech over here.
Yep. So she says, you're just going to have to figure out for yourself, but I can give you something, but not too much. Because you realize, little girl, that I'm the one who's supposed to help you get out of here.
I know that.
So she sits down and she unrolls her long sleeve shirt sleeve.
Yep.
And says, just go.
All right. Razor comes out.
Okay.
Now I intend to only take 2.
Okay.
Because that's the safe threshold. Since I am hungry, capital H
Yes.
hungry.
Yes.
I have to make a self-control roll.
Yes, you do.
Good thing I bought all that self-control. I'm gonna spend a point of willpower.
Okay. You're like,
I don't want to accidentally drain my retainer. Difficulty 7. So 2 successes.
Okay.
3 with the willpower spend.
Oh, good. So it's fairly painless.
Yeah.
Fairly okay.
Yeah,
You feel slightly better,
I do. I'm no longer hungry.
but you feel tantalized.
Oh yes,
And so Emma just kind of like, she's like, I have to lay down.
I understand.
So she curls up and she's like, can you bring me some water?
Of course.
So she lets you go out.
Yeah, she's in her
Weakened
daze.
state.
Yeah, she's just like, go get me water, please.
Yeah, and some more food.
Of course. So I'll slide the door open. Head out into the gently rocking carriage.
Yeah, so you're on this train.
Yeah.
And so you'll see some of the I don't know, what are they called? Like stewards and I don't know, attendants?
You know, it's not like I just ran a 9-month campaign set on a train.
Shit. Chef de Tron.
Yeah. I'm on the Orient Express. What the fuck?
Shit. There's Blackjack the Kitten.
Oh my god.
So,
no, I had Blackjack the Kitten, remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, no, the steward, I suppose. Oh, porter.
Right.
In America. The porters.
So you're on this train.
Yep.
The porters are there.
Okay. So I'll go over to one.
And so
Of course, at this time, they're generally going to be African American.
Yes. So he looks down at you.
And
when he looks at you, he's looks slightly confused.
Okay.
Because he says, "Are you sick, little girl? What's wrong with you?"
Yes. I'm sorry. So I clasp my hands behind my back. And, you know, I'm sorry. I'm not feeling terribly well.
You look terribly pale. So he kind of instinctually is going to put a hand on your forehead.
So I'll recoil from that.
Oh, and then okay. So when he sees that, he's just like,
oh, I see how it is.
Yeah, exactly. So he says, "What do you need? How can I help you?"
The dining car?
So he gestures with his head to the right. Goes through those doors.
Okay. All right. So
you're making your way through. So suddenly
feeling a bit chagrined.
Well, I don't know how you would take that. I mean, that's weird. Because you hurt his feelings.
Yeah, I'm not sure I know why. You know, I'm mostly chagrined just because it's like, oh, I don't like to hurt people's feelings. You know,
it just seems like you hurt his feelings.
Yeah, exactly. And I can't imagine why.
Right. So you're seeing a bunch of different.
All privilege.
Yeah, exactly. I can imagine why. So you are walking through. It's the cart. The train car is kind of shaking, back and forth, kind of rocking. You see there's like these families sitting at these tables. Like you're seeing children and adults, and you see some people are smoking. Like there's tobacco in the air. The smoke, tobacco smoke, not actual tobacco, but tobacco smoke.
There's a floating leaf of tobacco.
Yeah.
It's sentient and it's making its way for your face.
So you see, like there's like clouds of smoke. From cigarettes.
People just smoking away.
You see people and you smell alcohol.
Yeah.
Do you want to do a scan of the room?
Oh, hell yeah, I do.
What do you want to do?
Okay, so this is the dining car.
Yes.
They've got their Formica tabletops.
Yes.
The women have their bouffant hairstyles.
Yeah, you're seeing these women that are just like artfully made up.
Yeah.
Some are like gorgeous. Some are just like oh god.
Got shot with a makeup gun.
Yeah, the hair is teased up very high.
Yeah.
There's girls like your age, but they have like longer hair than yours. Like you kind of have like the shortest hair of all the girls around.
Yeah.
You see the boys with these like long sleeve shirts with these kind of like more pointed collars, a little slightly.
Crew cuts.
Some have kind of like a little bit more grown out hair.
Yeah. But it's all gelled.
Yeah, all of it's slicked back. And so some of the kids just start staring at you. Like they're just like, and some of the mothers are like, don't stare.
Don't stare.
And you hear the mother saying this.
Yeah.
So
Because I was gonna say I was putting together the outfit that Charlotte changed into back at the house, which is what she's still wearing.
Right.
So, and you're gonna have to help me here.
Okay.
Just like with Barb, I don't know these terms. But so first of all, woolen tights because it's or woolen leggings.
You wouldn't. Well.
What are they? What are they called?
Well, tights. It would be tights.
Yeah. Okay. Is that reasonable?
I would say for a 13-year-old girl, I would say you're probably wearing more like knee socks.
Knee socks, that's fine.
I mean, tights could work too, actually, but more than likely knee socks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Like Mary Jane type shoes.
Mary Jane type shoes.
You could wear what's very popular is like the mock turtleneck. And then like either it'll be like a sleeveless one, or it will have sleeves and you'll just be wearing that, or you could be wearing a sleeveless one and you'll have like a jacket over it. Like a little short bolero kind of type jacket. I
think Charlotte is very uncomfortable with sleeveless garments in general unless she's sleeping in them.
Okay.
It's just not done.
Right.
So definitely sleeves. I'm almost picturing like Veruca Salt's outfit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All the kids from Willy Wonka, that's the kind of clothes
exactly.
that we're talking about
Even
here.
though that's like 5 years later. It really hadn't changed much.
No, it hadn't.
Yeah.
And no, it hadn't at all. And I mean, in fact, you see some girls wearing pants too.
I mean, at this point, I've kind of learned to roll with the punches, but that's still a little bit shocking.
You were never around other children.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like I'm not gonna be like, oh God, but like at the same time, like
you'd be staring back at them just with the same amount of
do total
who are you?
Double takes and like what?
Yeah. So before you fed from Emma, she did your hair so that you have like a little headband.
Okay.
That's like pulling your hair back.
Yeah.
With just a little, like a wide little hairband.
A white hairband.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like white.
Yeah,
or
white.
Blue.
Of course. No, I think white.
Okay.
Because I think the dress is a deep navy.
Okay.
And then, that's fine.
Okay.
For outside wear, I think I'm still rocking my old Edwardian peacoat. I think I've held on to that thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
For the entire...
And that's okay. Nobody really...
It's actually back in fashion, ironically enough.
Nobody really looks like... Nobody really gives you a second look.
So so for outside, Edwardian peacoat and like a knit cap, probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
So...
Okay.
Okay, so anyway...
So it's a long sleeve dress?
Long sleeve dress,
okay.
With probably like with collars or cuffs. Cuffs.
Yeah. With little pearl buttons.
There you go. You got it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably just my go-to look. I probably have like 3 or 4 dresses in different colors with different
or
different
like
types
separates,
of
like a sweater with a skirt and like a little belt.
Okay. So I don't stick out too much.
You don't, but the children sense something is weird.
There's something weird. I'm a weird looking kid.
Yes.
I mean, that's undeniable.
Right.
I have 3 dots in appearance, but I think, as I said during the prelude, that's more from it's like New World of Darkness. Striking looks. It's sort of like, it's not beauty.
Right.
It's like just
Yeah.
it's eye catching. It's like,
Right.
oh, what the hell?
Right.
Like, because I have these like icy blue eyes.
Yes.
Sandy blonde hair.
Yeah.
And there's a section in here for height and weight. I mean that may be relevant at some point.
Yeah. I mean, we said you were kind of a spindly
Spindly child.
So you're probably like around 5'2",
5'2".
or 5'3",
Yeah.
and then you're probably like, I don't know, 90 pounds.
90 pounds.
at the
I was
most.
thinking that. Yeah.
Maybe 85 pounds.
Yeah.
Very thin.
Let's make it 85.
Okay.
That may come into
Yeah.
relevance at some point. Someone needs to throw me somewhere.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to throw me.
Oh no.
All right. So.
Oh God. All right. So the women, like, some of them, like, they do have bouffants, but you're seeing also some women that have like their hair is like parted on the side, the bangs are swept across their forehead, and the hair is like long and like flipped at the ends.
Yep. Okay.
But it's still not moving. It's still, even though it seems free flowing, it's actually not flowing at all.
Yeah.
And you saw these looks on women in town. They weren't to this magnitude. But you're definitely seeing it. So you're making your way through the dining car.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
So I am.
So some kids are pointing and giggling at you.
Yeah, fucking A. All right. Just frenzy inside this dining car. Let's kill everybody.
Yeah. Kill them all.
Kill them all. Lucille's in your head saying, "Kill them all, Charlotte."
No, she's not.
I know.
But speaking of Lucille, you feel her again, and your gaze ends up on this man.
Oh, okay.
Who's in the dining car, sitting by himself.
Okay.
He doesn't look very savory.
Okay, so he's sitting by himself in the dining car.
But in some ways, you almost feel like Lucille's hand is pushing you toward him.
Oh, for God's sake.
He's scruffy.
Damn it, Lucille.
He looks like he's in his 40s.
Okay.
He's very scrawny. Has like a scraggly beard. His hair is kempt, and like his beard is scraggly, but he's maintaining it, but it's patchy growth.
Okay.
And he has kind of these beady eyes and just a very strange mouth shape.
Interesting. And you said he had a beard?
It's just scraggly, patchy facial hair.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't know anything about that. You're just looking at me and describing me.
Yeah. Beady little eyes, scraggly hair.
And a weird mouth.
Weird mouth.
Yeah.
That's so you. Anyway. So he looks up from his cup of coffee.
Okay.
And he sees you. And it's like he's transfixed. He can't stop looking at you.
All right. So I will just walk up to the opposite side of the table. Place my hands on the chair opposite him. May I?
He wordlessly nods.
Pull the chair out. Have a seat.
He's just staring at you from over his coffee cup.
Is this like still poised?
Yeah, he doesn't. He's just shocked. Like, what? Why are you? Yeah. Who are you?
So again, hand goes out. Charlotte Winchester, pleased to meet you.
When you take his hand, it's very cold and clammy. And he just says, Bernard.
Bernard. Well, Bernard, where are you bound?
I'm headed to Salt Lake City.
I see. I'm going to Los Angeles.
Are you a movie star?
No. So, kind of like, I don't quite know what to make of that. I think my expression is one of shock. Like, no.
What do you mean? What kind of shock?
Like almost like angry, why would you think that? Like, I'm just surprised no one's ever said anything like that.
Well, you
before.
look like an angel.
Oh, well, thank you.
So he puts his cup down, and he puts his hands on the table, and they're just all spread out. And you can tell they're kind of knobby and very angular. And you see, like, he's wearing a long sleeve shirt, but you see patches of red aggravated skin on his hands that looks picked at, itchy and bleeding.
I'll catch here. What the fuck, Lucille?
What? What are you cursing under your breath?
So what the fuck, Lucille?
Don't be like that.
All right. No, Charlotte is very compassionate, and she has taken in many a vagrant before.
Vagrant?
Well, obviously he's in a dining car and a train. He's not that much of a vagrant, but he's kind of reminding me of some of those hobos that I tended to back during the Depression. Yes, in fact. By God.
I love this. It's so funny because, I don't know, doing storytelling.
Being a storyteller.
Being a storyteller.
Yes.
With you, it's funny because, like, you're not used to flexing the player muscles because you don't know anything that's going to happen.
Yeah. And likewise, you're like, oh wow, I know things that are going to happen. And I'm like, watching this idiot fumble around blindly.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I mean, I'm watching this beautiful person fumble around.
What?
I mean,
what?
Figure out the best way to go about enacting their master plan.
Wait. Is that what you think of me? That I'm like some dumb idiot?
Well, I wasn't going to say it, but...
Stupid little dummy.
You dumb dummy. All right, so... All right. Okay, so I will... Oh! How about when I shook his hand?
Yes.
Since I already had a read on this guy...
Did you want to read his aura?
Well, no. What I want to do is do my sense vitality.
Oh. What is that? That's Obia.
That's Obia.
Sense vitality. Okay.
And I must touch the target.
Yes.
And I must make a perception plus empathy roll, difficulty 7.
Yes.
So that's 4 plus 3.
Right.
Yes, excellent. Go, Healbot, go.
Healbot. Healbot operating. Healbot loading.
Oh, these goddamn ones.
Dude, bro.
So I rolled 3 ones.
Oh, shit.
And two regulars.
Oh.
So... Alright, so I can't get a read on this guy. So I'll be noticing that psoriasis type skin malady.
Yeah. And yeah, like out of your mouth. Like, if you want... So, suddenly you realize you know exactly what's wrong with him in terms of, like, from a doctor's perspective.
Yeah, I do have a dot in medicine. So.
Well, but there's that, but it's enhanced. Like, you're like, okay, I could use this, and this to treat him.
It's like somebody else's...
It's like somebody else's encyclopedic knowledge is suddenly in your brain. And so you're like, oh, I know how to treat that. It's like, and then it's like the frustration of like, oh, but I don't have anything like that here. How could I help him?
I don't have an unguent.
Or do you?
Oh. I look in my pockets.
I don't think you have to look that far.
What? I don't have an unguent? What? In my hands?
You have vampire vitae running through your veins.
Well, yes, I know that. All right. So, damn, I was thinking of how I could scam feeding off of him. A little tit for tat, right?
Yeah.
All right, so he's sitting there. His hands are spread on the table. I'm noticing this skin malady. For some reason, I'm thinking of things.
So the waitress comes up and says, "Oh, is this your little girl? Do you want to order something?"
So I'll turn to her and say, I'll say, yes, but please send it back to my cabin.
Oh, you mean your cabin with your father here?
Yes.
Roll. All right, that's it. Where is it? Expression.
I have 1 dot to subterfuge.
Subterfuge. Okay, so subterfuge
Plus
and
manipulation.
Yes.
Okay.
What's your manipulation?
2.
All right, and then what are your advantages?
So I'm actually going to say oh, yes, I'm staying with my aunt though. She and I are sharing a cabin.
Okay.
So I'm gonna.
All right.
Oh yeah, let me see what I've got here.
Yeah, you have like striking looks because you're,
I've got some merits here. Calm heart. Boy, I really need to refamiliarize myself with these
what's
things.
calm heart?
God, okay, yeah, let's.
No. Shit.
Here we go.
Why did I ask that question? I'll look it up myself.
What's office magic?
We do way too many Arrested Development quotes.
We do.
What's office magic? Well, it's when an ordinary day becomes whatever.
Yeah.
It's my Goodwill Arnett impersonation.
That's pretty good.
No, it's not. All right, so
Let's see. Well, anyway, hot referencing action. All right, so anyway,
Calm heart.
Yeah.
Vampire.
Yeah.
Campfire. I shouldn't have done that.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and roll.
The reference desk. The reference librarian.
What does the librarian got?
Calm heart. Vampire. The reference desk says, "You are naturally calm and do not easily fly off the handle.
Okay.
You receive 2 extra dice when attempting to resist a frenzy.
Oh.
Bruja may not take this trait.
Okay, so
You
that's
may not
good
take
to know.
this with the flaw short fuse."
What is that style you're employing there?
I have no idea what it was. It was creepy and gross.
It's kind of video game voiceover. Actually.
Was it?
It's pretty good.
Gotta get into that.
You do. So that
Health
is
bot loading.
That would. There you go. Can you say in the pipe 5x5?
In the pipe 5x5. I don't even know what that means.
All right, so all right, so that actually would have been good to know earlier.
Oops.
So I got to print out one of those expanded merit sheets where there's
Good
actually
idea.
space to write down what these things do.
Excelente.
I have something called Sanctity, which might actually do something for me here.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Okay. Can you check that for me?
Okay.
Thank you. I'm also inoffensive to animals.
Yeah,
That's pretty
that's all the
self-explanatory.
animals.
Healing touch, which means I can close wounds with my hands as well as my tongue.
Sanctity, 1 point merit. I feel like it's like Hunger Games. Like
Yeah.
this merit is sometimes called the halo effect. Everyone considers you pure and innocent, though not necessarily not naive. You have a saint-like quality that is hard to pinpoint but cannot be denied. You are trusted even if you are not trustworthy. At the storyteller's discretion, you tend to receive lesser punishments for wrongdoing, and you are liked by most.
Good.
That's a good one to have. So as she's asking you these questions, you see her face softening, and she just is enamored of you.
Yeah, I'm just smiling at her.
She just thinks you're just like, wow,
I'm staying with my auntie.
You're so like precious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aren't you something?
Exactly.
You look like a freakish hell child, but somehow
I love you.
I love you.
Okay.
I'll do anything for you, Damien. All right,
This is for you, Damien.
So is that good for reduced difficulty then?
Yes, yeah.
Like a 6?
It's a 6, yeah, definitely a 6.
All right. 6, 6, 7.
So she summoned Damien. All right, so
Yeah, so 3 successes on that bad boy.
okay, so she says, "Oh, whatever you want. Sure. What do you want?"
So I know what Emma likes.
Yeah, so
Right.
you probably get her like. Plus, like Lucille's kind of telling you too, like, give her some red meat.
Yeah,
make
yeah,
sure
yeah.
she has some spinach.
Right. So I'll order
Water, orange juice.
I'll order a hamburger and a side salad, some water and some
orange juice. Okay, so she's like, "Wow, that's a lot, but okay." So
I'm gonna split it with my auntie.
oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. She's not feeling too well.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, it's good that she has you to be spend time with her and to take care of her.
So I'll just give her.
I know, but
flash the
little
eyelashes.
twinkles.
Yeah.
But like, what's so funny to me is like, you're essentially like, I don't know, 60 years old.
61 years old.
And she's talking to you like you are like 13.
Yeah, and I know kind of. Well, we talked about during the prelude how I'm intellectually 61, but emotionally still 13.
But still, intellect. You're just like, I'm smarter than you.
I'm smart.
Like,
I'm smarter than you.
I know things.
Yeah, I know things. I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
And your hair white.
Yes.
So
anyway.
So Bernard turns to you and says,
Okay.
"Why did you sit here?"
Well, Bernard.
It's Bernard.
I felt compelled to.
So he leans forward and is scrutinizing you.
Staring match ensues.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm giving it right back.
So he looks away. And he scratches at his hands nervously.
If you don't mind me saying so, that looks painful.
He looks at you. Why are you talking to me like this? I'm sorry.
Like what?
He's not Don Draper. I don't. Anyway.
Yeah.
Little girl, why are you talking to me?
Why are you talking to me like this?
But he says that, like, why are you talking to me like this? I don't know you. You're awfully presumptuous for a little girl.
So I've been told. Look, Bernie, you want those things healed or what? All right, so
It's hard playing a character.
shut up.
Shut up.
Shut it. All right, so I will. You know what? I'm going to reach out again.
Okay.
I'm going to put my hand on his hand.
Ooh.
I feel like I'm doing the Barb thing again, but anyway, I'm not going
What
to
do you
ditch.
mean?
I'm not going to ditch him.
Oh, the whole
the
from
whole seafood.
Okay, yeah,
date.
that's from another game.
That's from another game. Yep.
All right. So
Just don't want
So-
to repeat myself.
no, please. So you reach out and touch his hands.
Yes. And my point in bringing that up is that I'm not being manipulative.
Yeah, I know.
I genuinely want to help him.
All right.
So
what can you convey with your touch?
What can I convey with my touch? So I've got
What's
empathy.
your points? What are your points?
I've got empathy and I've got charisma.
No, but what are your points in Obia?
1. I got level 1.
Oh, you just have 1?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. No, I went 2 dots in fortitude because I wanted survivability up front.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be pouring most of my points into upping my disciplines.
Okay. Yeah.
Initially here, so.
All right.
Also, I'm beginning to see why you really like those handheld erasers because, my God, my blood pool is just looking terrible at this point.
Yep.
Okay. Anyway.
You know it.
Yeah. So, I am going to. Thank you. Yes, I am going to.
Oh, now it's not. Now, Isn't it nice to have a storyteller that feels sympathy about your complaints about the character sheet? It must be really, really nice.
What are you talking about?
I don't know who I'm talking to right now. Okay. So, anyway, so what are we doing here?
Right. So I am going to.
So you touch his hands.
Yes, and I'm going to use my touch.
Okay.
And my eyes.
Yes.
I'm gonna use the touch to bring his gaze back around to me.
Okay. Well,
But this time instead of it being a staring contest, like a establishing dominance situation, I'm going to be communicating to him with my very expressive eyes that I genuinely want to help him. You know, it's going to be a very empathetic look.
Yes.
Using my native charisma.
Right. Great.
So in other words, I want to roll charisma plus empathy.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. How many dots? How many points?
3 in each.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to add? merits?
I mean, I've got the sanctity thing.
Yeah, add that to it.
So that would affect the difficulty?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'll just go ahead and spend a willpower.
Okay.
I'm seeing with the ones being the cancel out ones, that willpower guaranteeing success is very critical.
It is. Okay, how many times I didn't use willpower? All right. So, difficulty. This will be difficulty 7.
Okay.
And he's a total stranger.
Yeah.
You don't know him, and your hands are ice cold.
Ice cold.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I don't really have enough blood to spare to.
No.
Give
You're
them
desperate.
That's true.
Ooh.
Yeah. No ones.
All right.
No ones whatsoever.
Okay.
So that is 4 plus my willpower, so 5 successes.
Oh wow.
Cha-ching!
Oh hell yes. So you touch his hand.
Yep.
You're looking in his eyes.
Yep.
He's looking into your eyes.
Yep.
You are transfixed by each other.
Mm-hmm.
Him transfixed by you because of how you look, and there's something emanating from you.
Yeah.
That's allowing him to feel okay with this.
Yeah.
He suddenly relaxes in a way that you haven't seen so far.
Okay. So, keeping my hand on his, I'm going to stand up.
Okay.
And now I'm not just touching his hand, I'm going to clasp his hand.
All right, he takes it.
And I'm going to lead him.
Oh.
Okay. So he's going to leave his coffee cup at the table, and I'm going to lead him. God. I'm going to lead him out of the dining car.
Mm-hmm. He's following you. Willingly.
Yeah. Into the next car over. Mm-hmm. And, sorry, I was like, what the hell? Right. So I'm going to lead him to the next car over. Is that the observation car?
Yes.
Okay. It's dinner time, so it's probably...
It's sparsely...
Not a lot of people.
Yeah, not a lot of people in there.
But there are...
And it's dim because it's night, so people can see outside.
Yeah. And so the chairs are facing out. Mm-hmm. Okay. Are they kind of couch-like?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to lead him over.
Yeah, it's all like upholstered, like orange.
Yeah.
Like it's like this weird nubby orange fabric.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to lead him over to one of these. Oh, God. Yeah. I just got a vision of the fabric. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm afraid.
Power of a storyteller.
Yeah.
I described some nasty polyester fabric.
That just landed. Okay, so I lead him over to one of these.
Jesus Christ.
To one of these earth.
Like, of all the things I've described so far, that's the thing that's gotten
Well,
me the
this
most.
is a game of personal horror, so yes.
my personal taste was impugned.
Oh, honey. Honey.
All right.
That upholstery. So I'm going to lead him over to some of this earth-toned upholstery.
Yes. No, it's like vivid orange.
Right, okay.
It hasn't gotten to the 70s earth tones.
That's true.
So it's more
bright
colors.
Yes. But, earth palette, let's just say. Earthy palette.
Okay.
Autumnal colors.
All right.
Yes.
You seem very intent on that.
Well, orange, yellow, green, brown. Those are all earth tones.
I know.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. That's where I'm coming from.
Okay.
Anyways,
so you lead
what's the
him.
cloud cover like?
It's 30%.
Excellent. All right.
Fair night.
Good.
Yeah.
So we'll have a seat on one of these love seats, basically.
Right. Oh, how romantic.
How romantic. And is he still looking at me? Is he just transfixed?
He is.
Yeah.
He is. It's like he's mesmerized.
Okay.
He's not even commenting. He hasn't said a word.
Okay.
But he's just following you.
Okay. And so... And I'm gonna pick one that's kind of like as far as possible away from anybody else.
Okay.
On the car.
Yeah. You're fairly isolated.
Yeah. And it's dark.
Yeah.
There's just like recessed lighting, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But it's low enough so that it doesn't reflect off the glass, so that you can still see outside.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Definitely.
But you can see enough that you don't trip over anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's very dim lighting.
Yeah.
It's very quiet.
Uh-huh.
There's a very sparsely populated. Not very many people there.
Yeah. So we're probably in we're probably still like in upstate New York at this point, or maybe Western
actually,
Pennsylvania. I don't know.
I'm checking a map right now.
Okay.
Yeah, and let's see here.
Oh man, it's like one of those math word problems. If a train leaves New Hampshire.
Shit. We're fucked. Right.
Oh yeah, but it's been a whole day, hasn't it? So.
It has been a day.
Oh
so
yeah, okay.
I'm trying to pull up this link, but okay, here we go. All right.
So we might even be.
Wait.
Illinois, maybe? I want to say coming up to Chicago, maybe.
Actually, yeah, you are coming up to Chicago.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Okay, so we're looking out at the kind of that area.
Well, yeah, heading toward the Great Lakes.
Northern, yeah. Southern portion of the Great Lakes.
Yeah.
Northern Indiana.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, it's very nice.
But you're kind of in the more rural areas.
Yeah.
Train tracks.
That's the thing. I mean, most of the trees are going to still be bare.
Yeah. Definitely.
But it's like this nice countryside vista.
Yeah.
Okay. So I say to him, Bernard.
It's Bernard.
This is going to be a thing with us, isn't it? I want you to keep looking straight out.
Okay, so he is. He's just looking out the window.
I can help you. I need to pull the toxins from your body.
He's just being very still.
Okay. So I'm just gonna. He's wearing a jacket.
No, he's just wearing a long sleeve shirt.
Long sleeve shirt. So I'm gonna slide his sleeve up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna very discreetly get my knife out. Does this dress have pockets on it?
Yes.
Okay. So knife's in my pocket.
In the world of darkness, all women's garments have the perfect amount of pockets.
No, this is the world of darkness. So
no.
So nobody's garments have the perfect amount of pockets.
Nope, that's wrong. Everybody has pockets.
No.
Because in this world, nobody has any good pockets anywhere. No, don't get me started on this.
No, but here's the thing.
Don't get me started.
Here's the thing. The world of darkness is like our own world, but a dark reflection of it. So anything that's shitty in this world is actually shittier in the world of darkness.
Okay, I don't want to believe that. So you have pockets in this dress. Not in my world of darkness. Subjective.
Oh my god. Anyway, girls' dresses have pockets sometimes.
Sometimes, barely. All right, so you do have pockets.
Yes. So out comes the straight razor.
Okay.
Very discreetly. I don't know if you want me to roll against stealth or anything, or.
You had such a brilliant
I got a critical success.
I feel like, I mean, with stealth, it's like there's nobody in this car.
Yeah.
Like it's becoming less and less.
Yeah.
There's less people. People are all going to dinner.
Yeah.
However, you have to know within the next 45 minutes to a half hour, people are going to be flooding back into the observation car.
Yes.
But you don't know this.
No, I don't.
So you're just like doing everything as quick. But you know you've done this in the past where you do things as quickly as possible.
I'm in public, so I have to move with a certain
Have you ever
amount
done
of
this in public?
determination. Oh yeah, like with the hobos and whatnot.
Well, that was kind of okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So so the knife comes out discreetly.
Yes.
I position my head very close to his wrist so that I'll be able to just go in really quickly, so that he'll only feel a slight cut, and then the experience of being fed from will take over.
Okay. So when you do that,
Yes.
you hear him gasp.
Yeah, and then attach.
Yeah, and then he
Okay.
starts breathing really hard. It's a strange sound.
Oh, all right.
You've never really, I mean, you've heard this in other men before, but it's odd.
Okay.
It's unsettling.
Ooh, all right. Well, lovely. So I'm taking 2 blood points.
Oh, really?
Yep. Because.
Because.
Yes, that's right. Taking 2 blood points, and then as I finish, I will rub the cut closed with my hand.
Okay.
And then, still with the knife in my other hand,
Yeah.
I will slash my own wrist
Oh.
and put it up to his mouth.
Okay, so
And
he turns to you.
and I'll just say drink.
Okay, so he takes your wrist and he brings it to his lips, and he starts to kind of suck on it.
So I'll kind of
suck on it.
I'll push my wrist further, like up against his mouth.
Okay, so he latches on a little bit better and starts to drink it, and he kind of coughs a little bit.
Splutters.
Yeah, so he drinks some of it.
Okay, so I'll give him 1 point.
Okay.
And then I'll pull my wrist away.
Okay. So his mouth is covered in blood.
Yeah. Ooh. Can we retcon a little bit?
Okay, what?
When I was done with my amaranth with Lucille, I reached up her sleeve and I pulled out the blood, the crimson colored burgundy handkerchief.
Aww. And it has her initials embroidered on it.
Booyah.
When you've looked at it more closely.
Yeah.
LF.
Yeah. Okay.
So you take that, and what do you do with it?
I'll dab his lips.
Okay, he lets you.
And then I'll just give him the smile. There. Doesn't that feel better?
So he kind of turns and looks down at you, and there's a slightest trace of a smile across his lips, and he says, well, slightly. Well, what did you do to me?
It's just something that I can do. I can purify your blood for you. And it makes you healthier.
So he looks back out the window and says, will you visit me again?
If you want me to.
Well, I don't know. How long do the treatments... How many treatments do I need?
So I'll look at his rash. How's it look?
It looks less angry, but it's dim in there, so it's hard to see. Unless you wanted to use Obeah.
Yes, of course. Thank you for the reminder.
You're welcome.
Perception plus empathy, was that it?
Sorry.
Should mark some pages here. I believe that was it. Perception plus something at least.
Doesn't say.
Okay. I'm just gonna go with perception plus empathy, and if I'm wrong, so be it.
Sue me.
Oh, that was only my perception. Looking good though.
Oh, great.
And here goes the empathy.
All right.
Here goes the empathy portion of the roll. Difficulty 6 or 7?
7.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
What?
Hey man, this is my specialty. This is like Aaron fighting.
Well, no,
so
this is not like Aaron fighting. This is like Aaron acting, okay?
Or acting.
Not fighting. Because remember, at this point...
he did fine with his fighting.
He's a stupid ass. He can only tackle people, and then, like...
He's a stupid ass.
He's a dummy. Okay.
Oh my god.
So...
And yes, it is perception plus empathy, difficulty 7.
Where's that? Okay. So...
I'm going to mark that page.
Okay, please do.
Go on.
So... Suddenly the cabin is filled with a blue, icy light. Your eye is open.
Oh, shit. All right.
Right? Because we said Obeah, only when you activate your Obeah, that's when your third eye gets activated.
Yeah, that's true.
So it opens.
Wow.
And you see him.
I love... Just really quick, I love that this is happening in the observation car.
Yeah.
Go on.
So, yeah, if someone were to pan out on this shot, they would see the train going by and this, like, icy blue glow coming from one of the cars.
Yeah.
So bright.
Through the big
Through the big dome
skylights.
skylight, yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
so it's illuminated.
And I can't even because this is 1967. It would actually be easier to play off in a modern campaign.
Oh, yeah.
Because it'd be like, oh, somebody has their laptop or their tablet.
Their phone just turned on.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so the icy blue light floods
the cabin.
Okay.
And he's
Wow, I'm really glad I failed that roll in the dining car, incidentally. But go on.
Yeah. So he's staring at you.
Yeah.
And you suddenly see past, you're seeing past his physical body. You see the outline of him, but it's just it's strange, diffused shape of him. You see him covered in angry red light. That's the best way to describe it. He's covered in red, angriness. You see his liver just looks completely, just looks awful. You see his heart is kind of battered and bruised.
Okay.
And mentally, it's there's all these dark storm clouds and thunder and lightning flashing. And this is what you glimpse.
Okay.
And so, how long does this last? I'm trying to think.
Let me see here. It's instantaneous.
Yeah.
And then what did I get?
Is it like a flash bulb? Like you're taking a picture?
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Or maybe it's to everyone else, there's just this weird flash, but to us, it's this
still
extended moment. Time kind of stops.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
So actually, the number of successes gives me some cool information here.
Okay.
I said I got 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. All right. So. Nice. Let's just go over this since I'm going to be using this a lot.
Okay.
One success on this roll identifies a subject as mortal, vampire, ghoul, or other creature. It can be a werewolf spotter.
Yeah.
2 successes reveal how many health levels of damage the subject has suffered. 3 successes tell how full the subject's blood pool is if a vampire, or how many blood points she has left in her system if a mortal or other blood-bearing form of life. 4 successes reveal any diseases in the subject's bloodstream, so perfect. A player may opt to learn the information yielded by a lesser degree of success. For example, a player who accumulates 3 successes may learn whether or not the subject is a vampire, as well as the contents of his blood pool. Alternately, each success on this roll allows the player to ask the storyteller one question about the subject's health or health levels. Was he drugged? Are his wounds aggravated? Are valid questions. Let's see. I may use this power on myself if I have injuries but somehow lost the memory of how those wounds were received.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's
cool.
weird.
And yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, I get a good idea of everything you were just saying there. So.
Okay.
Very good. Does this look like mortal? Does it look like he's gonna die?
He looks not close to death, but
He's not doing well.
he's very sick.
He's very sick.
He's very sick.
Sick man. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
All right. So
I'll say.
So we're gonna picture it like a flash bulb,
Yeah.
but there's a sustained moment
for
where time
sense,
stops,
for sense vitality. It's a
and
flash
then
bulb.
and then you kind of get a
Almost
scan,
like a flash
X-ray.
photo.
or a flash photo. Yeah.
But also X-ray.
Yeah. So the flash is there, and then your eye illuminates, and then it fades very slowly. So there's going to be a trace of that he's still going to see as you start to converse.
Seared into his retinas.
Yeah.
The rest
But
of
it's
the
on your
passengers-
forehead.
Yes. The rest of the passengers probably think it was like a lightning flash.
Yeah.
Which would be unusual this time of year. But
Yep. Especially in the area where you're at.
Yeah. So I'll just say, how long have you been sick?
A while.
Why are you traveling to Salt Lake City?
Well, if you must know, I'm going to go visit a doctor there.
I see.
And I have family there.
When are you due to arrive?
It's a couple days. It looks like in about 2 more days.
What cabin are you in?
So he tells you, like, 16F or whatever.
I'm going to visit your cabin tomorrow night. And the following night. And we'll see what we can do for you.
Okay. So he's still kind of dazed.
Yeah. So with that, I will stand. Smooth out my dress. Make sure I don't have any blood spots anywhere. And just walk away.
Okay. So you're walking through the dining car again? All right.
Yeah, are the kids staring at me again?
There's not as many kids there. There's mostly adults. You see, like, couples together and talking and having drinks and...
Right.
yeah. Tinkling of glasses and plates and cutlery. So you make your way back to the car?
I do. Does it smell like hamburgers in the cabin?
It does.
Turns my stomach.
So you see Emma is eating some food.
Okay.
And as you close the door, she says, "Thanks for getting this for me."
My pleasure.
And she said, how are you doing? Are you still hungry?
So, since I've actually just fed, she should be able to see that.
Yeah, but she's just asking to be nice.
Yeah. So I'll say, "Oh no, I'm fine, thank you."
Okay. Do you hop up into your little...
Yeah.
Like, very easily? Yeah. So you're just staring out the window?
Yeah.
Okay.
What time of night is it? It's like 8 o'clock maybe?
Yeah, it's about 8 o'clock now. Yeah. So the trail, the rails, the
Actually,
path.
as I'm staring out the window, I'm kind of punching the microphone is what I'm doing. I'm like kind of like idly tracing my fingers over my forehead. Kind of experimentally pressing. Like,
It feels solid.
It's weird.
Okay. So you're staring at the window.
Yep.
And eventually the light starts to change.
Okay.
And the train just keeps going. And, so Emma helps you get ready for the night, wraps you up like a burrito, and off you go.
Off I go. Okay. All right. Just quickly, I was noticing my humanity of 8. So just curious what the threshold is there.
Injury to another, accidental or otherwise.
Yep. Very interesting. Though not necessarily passive or preachy, kindred with high humanity uphold excruciatingly exacting standards and often have very clearly defined concepts of moral right and wrong. Good to know.
All right. So another day passes.
Yep.
There are various stops throughout the day, but suddenly when you awake, you are in Denver.
Denver.
Well, the whole wait. So
Yeah.
you're in Denver.
Yeah.
And sorry, I'm kind of flagging a little bit here.
Okay.
So day passes, the night comes up,
Yeah.
and you visit Bernard.
Yes.
He lets you in willingly. He actually looks a little bit better.
Oh yeah. Oh good.
So you do another one of your treatments.
Yep. So net gain of 1 blood.
Oh, just one?
Well, for me, a net gain of 1 blood.
Right.
Because I'm going to take 2 and give 1 back.
Okay. So as you give him the second treatment, you notice that the skin on his hands are much, like they're not flaking as much. They seem to be not as inflamed, not as swollen,
Yeah.
or raised, I should say.
Yeah.
And he looks a little bit better.
Okay.
So he says, thank you so much. And so you leave his cabin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just a little smile and acknowledgement as I leave.
All right. So another day passes. And you're approaching Salt Lake City.
Okay.
And you go, another night happens.
Yes.
You give him another treatment.
Yes, and in fact,
this is the second night.
This is the final night I'm going to see him, right? Okay. Might Emma or myself in our luggage have a medicine bottle or a flask of some sort?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I was going to fill it with some extra vitae.
Okay.
So I'll still do the thing where I take 2 and give 1 back, but
Okay.
I've also filled a bottle, so that's an extra point loss for me. But
Emma's been feeding you every other night,
oh, okay.
so you can add 2 more blood points on your...
Cheers to Emma. Oh shit! I should ride the train more often.
Why? You're just gonna ride the rails and heal
Just gonna
people?
ride the rails. I've chronicle change.
Uh-oh.
Just riding the rails, baby.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, so I've got this bottle, the vitae in it.
Yeah.
And that's what I'll call it that too. You know, I'll be like,
Yeah.
I'll be like, you know, I've bottled some vitae for you.
And so he takes it solemnly,
Yeah.
like it's very precious to him.
Yeah.
He puts it in, he's wearing a jacket,
Uh-huh.
and he puts it in his like jacket pocket and says, thank you, Charlotte.
Of course. Just drink that tomorrow night, and best of luck to you, Bernard.
Thanks. So he turns in for the night,
Yeah.
and you head back. Where do you want to go in the train? Anywhere else? Or?
I think we'll go for a cinematic fade out on this night with Charlotte in the observation car, like late. You know,
Yeah,
like,
it's very late. It's like
until
2 a.m.
2 a.m. So I got the car pretty much all to myself.
Yeah.
And I'm just staring out at the starlit night in the Great Basin. You know, as we're coming out of the Eastern Rockies.
Yeah.
And just looking out over this very stark but beautiful high desert landscape.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
It's very beautiful.
yeah,
All right.
it's like nothing I've seen before.
No, and it's illuminated by more moonlight.
Ah, yes. No cloud cover this time.
0%.
Oh shit.
So, so you head back to your cabin when you start to feel the itchiness of the sun returning.
Hurry my step a little bit.
Yeah, and you get into bed
Yeah.
and curl up, and you stop in Salt Lake, but you're not conscious of it.
Yeah.
When you wake up, you are in Sacramento.
Ah, yes.
And you only know this because Emma tells you.
Okay. We're in Sacramento.
Sacramento. Yeah, exactly. So she says, "Okay, so we're actually in California now, but we have a little ways to go."
Okay.
And Lucille left us with a couple of details of where to go once we get off the train.
Oh, good.
But that's going to be tricky because...
Oh, bully.
It's going to be tricky because I'm not sure what time we'll be getting in. So she's looking through her papers. And,
Yeah.
And so she just kind of smiles to herself and is like, oh, I should have known that Lucille would take care of this detail. So you're going to be arriving in the evening.
Oh,
so it'll be fine.
Of course.
Yeah. So as you are on the train that evening, do you want to do anything else, or?
No, I mean my experience with being a healer went well. I trust that Bernard got off at Salt Lake City.
Yeah, he's not on the train anymore.
Yeah, right. But I'm not even going to go looking for him or anything.
Yeah,
you know,
no.
like I'm just, I assume that's where he got off. Mm-hmm. And I'm actually excited. You know, I'm kind of refocusing on myself.
Okay.
Because I'm like, ooh, we're almost there. So I'm like, what's that going to be like? Mm-hmm. So I'm starting to think ahead to, like, oh, yeah, okay, this is going to be this whole other chapter now.
Yeah. So as you are thinking these thoughts that night, the night goes by pretty quickly. You pop into your cabin for one last little torpor.
One last torp.
And then there's a lot more stops, so the day is pretty long.
Yeah.
So as you are suddenly your eyes are fluttering open and you're feeling your energy come back to you.
Yeah.
You hear Emma again busying herself in the cabin and says, "We're here. We're pulling into Los Angeles."
All right, so I'll jump down very excitedly, like stare out the window, kind of press my face up against the window.
So you're seeing like the city.
Yeah.
You're in the city, and you're seeing skyscrapers. You're seeing the last slightest little line of light from the sun.
Yeah.
Slight, very slight. So at this point, it's March. It's the 20th. It's Monday the 20th.
Okay.
First quarter moon. So you're seeing the city. You're seeing lights, tons of artificial lights. You even see these really odd spotlights in the sky, like moving around, just kind of randomly moving around. And you're seeing a lot of just buildings, gray industrial buildings. You also are seeing trees and palm trees.
Yeah.
Actually. So you're pulling up to the station very slowly, and Emma has everything ready to go. And so you leave your cabin.
Yep.
And the train stops, and you get off the train.
Okay.
And you are suddenly at Union Station.
Yes, indeed. A
And-
fine station.
Yes, indeed. It's very nice.
Sort of mission style.
Yep. It's all white.
Yes.
And
Tile accents.
And as you leave the station, you look at the building up around you, and it's just like there's just palm trees all around. It's more Art Deco on the inside, actually.
Sure. Yeah.
But anyway, it's pure white building with a little clock on it, little clock face, and it's this white, stark white building, and there are just cars zooming down the street.
Yeah.
Just tons of cars, more cars than you've ever seen.
Yeah. Buses. Horns honking.
Yeah, people. There are people walking down the street.
Yeah.
People are very busy.
Yes.
Very much in a hurry.
Yes. I'm just gawking.
Yes, Emma's looking around.
And perhaps not overdressed, but I'm noticing the air temperature,
Yes.
and it's not bad.
It's not. No, it's the air feels full of moisture.
Yeah.
It's very, very balmy.
Yeah.
In fact, Emma starts sweating because she's wearing
Right.
like way more layers than
Yeah.
she anticipated. It's like, oh dear, it's very hot here. And
It's 65 degrees.
yeah. So Emma is looking. She has a bus schedule in her hand, and so she's going to take. She's looking at this bus schedule, and she's just seems completely overwhelmed.
Okay.
Completely overwhelmed.
Okay.
It is kind of borderline panicking.
Get it together, Emma.
I don't know where. I mean, I have the name of the place, but I don't know where we have to go.
Here, let me take a look. So I'll take it out of her hand. Take a look. So what does it say?
So it has the bus times. It has the different stops.
Yeah.
And so she's pointing at it. She's like, I think we have to go to this area, Bunker Hill.
Bunker Hill. Okay. So I'll kind of take a look around as well. So I don't know. Perception plus alertness.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Difficulty 7.
Yeah. Well, I am very alert and very perceptive. Okay. 7, you say? Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
To shreds, you say. So, all right. Well, I got 1 7, but I also rolled a 1. So I too am completely flummoxed and flabbergasted.
So Emma's like, I guess I'll just hail a taxi. I don't know.
Yes, that's a fine plan.
Okay, so she's kind of like hailing a taxi, trying to get one to pull over. Finally, one pulls over.
Yeah.
And the cabbie comes out, takes your trunks, puts them in the trunk of the car.
You know, I've got this like 80-year-old footlocker that has like recent structural damage to it.
Yes.
You know, I mean, like.
Yeah, it's just whatever. It's just he's used to this.
Of course.
So he gets in the car and he says, "Where to?" And Emma says, we're looking for a boarding house. It's a boarding house. And he's just kind of like, what is going on? She says, it's French. It's and he says, oh, the Parvo Doré. And she says, yes, that's the one. How did you know? Oh, it's pretty well known, especially two young ladies like yourselves coming into a city like this. That's a good place to go. So yeah, I know exactly where that is. So he pulls away from the curb and you're just suddenly you are in the city.
Right.
You're noticing there's different little parks. Yeah. Different like movie theaters too, and just the businesses. All of the neon. There's just tons of neon. These lines of light. Yeah. Which are so bright to your eyes.
Yeah.
You have the windows rolled down and you can smell like the sea air.
Yeah.
And an exhaust.
Sea air and the exhaust, yeah. A heady combination.
Yes. And you're seeing these trees that are like, they have this kind of like gray whitish bark and these like purple flowers. And they're just beautiful. Yeah. Just beautiful flowering trees and more palm trees.
Sure.
So he pulls up to this like it's taking a while to get there.
Yeah, he took the long way.
It feels a little long.
Ass.
Yeah. But, because in the world of darkness, cabbies are the worst.
Cabbies always take the long way.
So anyway, he pulls up to this house. It looks like a mansion. It actually reminds you a lot of Providence.
Yeah.
It's this large, sprawling building that has like these curves to it. It has these beautiful ornate archways with like spindles like kind of framing the doors, the stairway up to the front door, curving kind of wraparound patio with a black like navy blue roof. It's all painted in this beautiful golden yellow orange color. There's a planter up in the front. It has tons of trees, of course, more palm trees. Yeah. Some shrubs. Yeah. And it's like multiple stories. It looks like a huge house.
Yeah.
It has to have at least 25 rooms in it.
Sure.
So he goes, okay, here it is, Parvo Doré. That'll be $5.
$5.
So he jumps out of the car. He dumps your luggage out kindly. And is expecting his payment, so Emma pays him. Yes, here you go.
Yes.
And he says, all right, good luck. And so he zooms off into the pool and the pool of cars.
Yes.
So
the stream of traffic.
Pool pool of cars. Oh, God. So as you're making your way up the stairs to the house,
Yes.
you see it's lit from within. There are people in it.
Okay.
And Emma opens the door. And in the front foyer, there's like a little coat room. There's also a big desk, like it's like dark wood. There's like a beautiful like Tiffany style lamp on it. Right. Again, it has like a poppy motif, like golden poppies.
Okay.
And there's a woman at the desk who looks very forbidding, and she has winged black eyeliner and like a black beehive. It's very severe looking. I mean, she's trying to look like it's like of the times, but it doesn't necessarily suit her. But she's very, even though she's very severe looking, seems very regal. And she says, "Yes, how can I help you, my dears?" And Emma steps forward and says, "Oh, we were told that this was a boarding house for women and girls, and we would like to know if you have a space open." And she says, "Oh, yes, as a matter of fact, we did have a room that just opened up. Let me see here." So she's looking through her ledger, and so you're noticing like she looks like definitely middle-aged.
Yeah.
Like she's definitely older.
Okay.
And suddenly you see this young girl come running down the stairs.
Okay.
Kind of laughing, and then she sees you and she just suddenly stops, and the woman looks at her sharply and says, "Consuela." Cállate.
Oh my God.
So, and Consuela looks like, oh, so this is this Consuela is this young girl. She looks like she's about 15. She has like light brown hair, big brown eyes. She's very pretty.
Yeah.
And so she's wearing like these capri like pants, like mint colored, and like this like pink pastel like sleeveless little top.
Right.
And her hair has like the side swept bangs with this like cute little flippy ponytail.
Okay.
And she's wearing sandals.
Okay.
And she says, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mama. I'm sorry." And she's like, "Oh," so the woman just shakes her head and she goes back to her ledger and says, "Yes, okay, this room here. This will be available. It'll be $4 a week, and that includes board." And she eyes you when she says that.
Like I need some feeding up.
I don't know, but she looks at you when she says that.
Okay.
And so Consuelo will show you where. I'm sure you're very tired after your trip.
Yes, I feel I could sleep all day.
Okay. So she nods, and so Consuela says, "Oh yes, we actually have an elevator. So your luggage looks pretty heavy."
Yeah, because I was thinking about that, like picturing us walking up to this place, and like the footlocker probably has a side handle on it, but I'm still like having to hold it with both hands, and like lean over like 30 degrees, just to like kind of. And it's like completely unwieldy. Oh, by the way, how do you spell the name of this place?
Oh, it's I should know off the top of my
Yeah, what's wrong with you? God.
It's Parvot, Parvot.
Parvot.
Dore, Dore.
Okay. Dore. All right. So very good. Boarding house.
Yes. So they put your luggage in like this little tiny little skinny elevator, and Consuelo hits the buttons and says, "Oh, it'll just go up there. We'll just catch it up there. Let's take the stairs."
Okay.
So she leads you up the stairs.
Yeah.
And so she looks down at you as you're going up the stairs and says, "Oh, so what's your name?"
I don't like to introduce myself without shaking hands. It's a thing. It's my brand, if you will.
No.
Are we near the top of the stairs?
Yes.
All right. So she says, "What's your name?" I'll pause until we get to the top of the stairs, and I'll turn, face her fully, and like hand goes out.
All right.
It's just like the conditioning, It's like I can't help it. So,
yeah.
Charlotte Winchester, pleased to meet you.
So she's a little like taken aback, like, oh, that's weird. So she gingerly puts her hand out and shakes yours and says, and kind of copies your tone a little bit and says, I'm Consuela Acevedo. Nice to meet you. And who is this? And so Emma's like, oh, I'm Emma. I'm her nurse. And she's like, oh, are you ill? To you.
Yeah. Yes, but it's not life-threatening. I just have a light sensitivity.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that.
Yes.
So you're making your way up the stairs, and you get to the 3rd floor.
Really should have thought of my cover before we got here. I have a light sensitivity. Yes, that's it.
Yes,
that should stick.
That should stick. Right. So she takes you to this room. She has the keys, and she opens the door and she gives the keys to Emma.
Okay.
And says, this is where you'll be staying, and this is really a nice room. So you go inside and you see there's 2 double beds.
Nice.
It's a fairly spacious room. It has windows facing in toward a courtyard.
Okay.
Down, and down in the courtyard is this like lush garden with a fountain.
Sure.
And then on another window, because you have an adjoining bath to yours, she's like, this is really good because you pretty much have your own bathroom. It's so great. And so she's looking out the window from the bathroom, and you can see like a view of the city from the bathroom. And it's a small window.
Yeah.
And so she says, and this is your bed, and here's the closet where you can store all of your stuff. You can use these bureaus here. So she's like trying to maintain a semblance of like being kind of professional like her mom.
Right.
But at the same time, she's like getting really excited, like, oh, I can introduce you to all these people here. There's so many girls that are here, and it's so fun to talk with them, and you're gonna love all of them. I know it. I know you're gonna fit in really well. And so Emma's just kind of trying to like unpack and so Consuela's just still like, then she's like sitting on the bed and like, oh, this is a really comfortable bed. I think we replaced these about 2 years ago, so the mattresses are still really, really nice. And so she's saying all this and so she's just talking and talking.
Cool. I'm okay with that. Although I was I'm sitting over here grinning because I'm picturing how this could be a completely different like horror scenario where like a fucking vampire moves into an all-women's boarding house. It's like, oh yes, I know we'll be the best of friends. It's like, you're just lucky I got Humanity 8, kid.
Oh.
All right. So very good though. Very good.
So she starts to detect like, oh, maybe I'm talking too much.
Right.
Okay, well, I'll just leave you here and I'll see you tomorrow.
Of course.
And if you need anything, just talk to my mom.
Very good.
Her name's Veronica. And she kind of likes to say that like I know my mom's first name.
Her name's Veronica.
Yeah, exactly.
Very good. Thank you, Consuela.
No problem. So then as she's about to leave, she leans in very close, and you can smell her blood. Like, she's very fragrant.
I think I'm not hangry.
Yeah, and she whispers in your ear, and you feel her breath on your ear, and she says, I really want to sneak out at night and go on the Angels flight, which I know you're new to town, so you don't know what that is, but I think you would really like it, so we'll figure out a night that we can sneak out.
So I'll just flash her a smile.
Okay, so she smiles back, and then she walks away, closes the door. And Emma's like, she has a lot of energy. How are you feeling, my dear?
I'm feeling pretty good. That was a long train journey, but well worth it.
Oh, wow, okay. So she looks a little like the way you word things.
Yeah.
Even though it's familiar to her, she does find it kind of funny just the way you express yourself. So the night passes, the night goes on.
I forgot to tell you. My sort of I had another brainwave. Yeah. In terms of approaching this character and how to play her. Is what if Anne of Green Gables became a vampire? So I'm kind of channeling that a little bit.
I love it. Yeah. That's so great. You want a bosom friend?
I want a bosom friend.
And you're going to meet many kindred spirits along the way.
Many kindred spirits, yes.
So the night, so
how are you doing? Hanging in there okay?
Yeah, we're about to wrap up.
Okay. All right.
So
You're
Emma's
doing great, by the way.
Oh,
Doing great.
thank you. So Emma's unpacking, getting things situated. She's like, I need a bath. I need like a proper bath. So
Yes, bathing.
So she's drawing the bath.
Yep.
And she's in the bathroom, closes the door. There's a light under the door.
Yeah.
The room is fairly dimly lit. You have some lamps on. And you suddenly see, you hear a little click
Oh,
against the window pane, a little tap.
okay.
And you hear it again, tap.
So I walk over to the window.
So you look down into the courtyard,
Yeah.
and you see this boy.
Oh,
And he has dark hair.
okay.
It's hard to see in the light, but you see him illuminated by some of the other windows. He's very handsome. He looks like a teenager. And he has like kind of like tan, dark skin,
Yeah.
big brown eyes.
Yeah.
And he smiles at you and waves. And he's just looking up at you.
All right, so I'll wave back.
And then he kind of like looks at you quizzically and looks around and then just kind of runs away.
Okay.
And so is there anything else you want to do in the room?
I'll just start unpacking.
Okay. So a couple minutes pass and you hear some tapping again.
On the window?
Like little rocks on the window being thrown up.
All right, so it's like, oh, okay, I see how this is. So I head back over to the window, and this time I'm gonna swing it open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when you swing it open, you look down.
Yeah.
And you see Mazarine standing there.
Oh shit. Nice fake out.
And she looks up at you.
Yeah.
And she nods. And then before you know it, she's dissolved back into the shadows.
All right.
And that's how we'll leave it.
Nice. Excellent. All right. Hey, don't take those headphones off yet. We got to do some.
I'm just adjusting.
Got to do some XP here.
I'm just adjusting.
Not getting off that easy. All right. There you go.
All right.
The Holy Scripture. Read from the Book of Experience.
Oh, geez.
Chapter 1, verse 1.
Okay, so thank you for showing up.
Oh, yes. So I get one for showing up.
Yes.
Would have been a pretty boring game if I hadn't.
You say that every
Goddamn time.
goddamn time. You're perfect. You're beautiful.
It's just proof that even if you don't have children, men still develop dad jokes somewhere.
They do.
Around their early to mid 30s.
They do, no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So I'm asking you, what have you learned?
What have I learned? Yeah, you do that every goddamn time. Okay.
Why am I saying dad jokes?
Well, it's very common for women of a certain age to start doing Ricky Gervais impersonations.
Oh God, no. What have you learned?
So, yeah, well, geez, where do I even start? So I learned, first and foremost, about my third eye, which I think is probably the most significant aspect for Charlotte personally. I learned that there's a little Lucille in all of us,
Oh my God.
or at least me.
Jesus.
And that I should trust the guidance provided by that spirit or whatever it may be.
Yes.
I learned that just like Lucille, I can use my blood to help people.
Yeah. But you already knew about that though.
Yeah, but that's true, yeah. No, that's a good point. But I learned I can do it on my own, without any guidance, I guess. Like, I can make decisions on who to help, and then I can,
Yeah.
I learned that I'm kind of my own person. I'm no longer answerable to anyone,
Okay.
Because I was a little nervous there with Bernard.
Were you?
Yeah, it was a tough choice
Wow.
whether to trust that voice or not, because he was giving off some creeper vibes for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I'm just like, oh man, especially when he's like, you're like an angel. I'm like, oh, please do not start touching yourself. Anyways,
don't joke about that.
Don't joke about that.
All right.
And then of course I learned. Well, see, I didn't learn as much as I would have liked about Mazarine and the gruesome trio. So I'm curious as to what may happen there, because I was like, okay, they show up
Yeah.
and they're like dicks, but at the same time it's like they're sort of like, oh no, we want to work with you. Then Mazarine shows up and kicks their asses. Great. good. But then
Yes.
but then the dude's all like, yeah. He like
What?
gives me this little like nod on my way out of the house. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, so can't really say I learned anything about that.
Oh God.
Other than-
I feel like that's my fault.
No, I love it. Are you kidding me? That's awesome. I think that's great. Whether that was intentional or not, like run
No,
with it.
it was.
Okay, but I mean, it just like my confusion. Like run with my confusion.
Oh, good.
And
Good. I'm glad.
make hay from it.
All right.
So that's my spiel.
Okay. You get a point for role playing. You really did a great job, especially with all of your little witticisms and slang and just the very all the different little affectations.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
Yes.
So
I mean, there's no point in playing an Edwardian vampire decades after the fact unless they're going to be somewhat, somewhat of a time capsule.
right. Okay, and then a point for heroism. I'm gonna give you a point
Really?
because you jumped out of that effing 3-story building.
That's true.
You also put Emma behind you when you were in that bathroom, so you do get a point for that.
All right.
That was very brave of you. So,
Thank you.
yeah, and I think
Thank
that's
you.
it.
So can you remind me really quick of discipline costs for my clan discipline?
Clan disciplines. Current rating times 5.
Times 5. Perfect.
Yeah.
Booyah.
What are you doing?
Well, it's a choice between going Auspex 2 or Obia 2.
You're in a new place. You want a new set of eyes. I don't know.
I think
I'd probably go with Auspex.
Reading those auras is good. Yeah. All right. That's what I'm doing. Auspex
Wow.
2.
Look at you.
Aura reader.
So that is.
All right. Well, thank you. That was awesome. That was a great start. I'm excited. Better keep it up for the next 12 to 37 sessions.
37. No, that's wrong. That's going to be. I'm just gonna be.
That's
clear.
where you're wrong, son.
That's where. Knock her down, boy. All right. No, I think. I just want to be clear on this.
Yeah.
So we're all.
How many chapters are you planning?
We have. There will be a total of possibly 14 episodes.
Okay.
And yeah. And so this one was
Episode 2.
episode 2, Come to the Sunshine.
Come to the sunshine. All right.
And so so I'm looking forward to seeing where this is gonna go.
Yeah.
And yeah, it'll be fun.
Good.
I
Excellent.
guess that's it.
I guess that's it. Fade it out on that.
All right.